is D&D. Hey. Hello.
That's the best
Session
intro.
14.
Best intro.
Adventures in Aanthara. We're back. It's Friday? Yeah, that's the
Is
day
it?
that it is. Yep,
God, I
yep,
hope
that's
so.
the one.
Yo.
Listen. It is so hard to keep track of days. But it is Friday.
Never
Yeah.
been so happy for a Friday.
So, summary of where we're at.
Please, yes.
We are, I would say on the road, but we're actually not on the road. We're on the river, finally moving after a tumultuous couple days of trying to decide what to do in the town of Sawfeld, where the party had tracked or followed the stories of these creatures and their activity, then actually found some tracks, followed those. Lots of clues and questions that they didn't really know exactly what to do with. Met up with a monk of the Shaded Wind who bounced ideas off of them, and they bounced ideas off of him, which potentially helped them or him. We'll see. And also, were broken the news of some events in the rest of Kathos and Aanthara on the whole, actually, of political significance, specifically the assassination of a couple of leaders, and have begun asking questions about whether that might have anything to do with what they're currently following. But after debating quite a lot about what to do next with all of this information, they acquired a couple of canoes and started making their way up river towards the Raygrove wetlands. And after less than a day of travel, but most of a day of travel, up the Longbend River, they came across what seemed to be a collection of bodies on a bank of the river in front of a wall, which they pulled the canoes off to the side to investigate, finding several dead goblins and a wall with several interesting carvings on it, and a odd, very out of place in the hands of a goblin, rod of some kind. And that is where we left off. So, what would you all like to do with this strange scene?
Just to be clear, last time we did confirm that the diameter of this object we have discovered is roughly close enough to the same diameter of a hole that we found in a stone structure nearby, yes?
Yes, in the center of this wall that is carved with several images and words and runes is a hole that does seem to match roughly the diameter of that rod, and also it goes in at a downward sloping angle, maybe several inches, it looks like, before reaching a bottoming point, and it looks like if you were to put the rod in there, it may or may not reach that far, TBD, but that's what you see. And specifically, I will say, because most of you are up there at this point, right? I believe everyone is. There are words written near a few of the images on the bottom of this wall, or the bottom of the carved portion of this wall at least, that are in several different languages, most of which most of you individually don't recognize, but some of you recognize some of them.
I'm gonna keep an eye out while they're figuring that out.
Okay,
Goblin
roll a
comes
perception
back.
check.
Oh, good. Okay. Where's my...
Start off strong, you got this.
I gotta get the sheet open. Look.
Oh no!
One of my nails was hacking up, so I had to fix all of them. Let's just do this. Okay, that's pretty.
We'll start with the dice. That way it's faster. Open.
Okay. Shoo-ba-doop, boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop. Perception. 19.
19. Okay.
Yay!
What is everyone else doing? Well, Eclipse keeps watch.
I was gonna see if we could figure out how the goblins died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that too.
Okay. I will say anyone who wants to participate in that in a what would it be called when you?
I think we found this out last time as well, didn't we?
Well, yes, someone investigated enough to see that it seemed to be some kind of explosion.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. I
yeah.
couldn't recall.
But if you want
Then-
to, like, dive a little bit deeper and see if you can find like the locale of that or anything, or where it may have originated from, or how it happened, you can roll an investigation check.
Can I also search their pockets while I'm doing that?
Yes.
Dirty
Also,
20.
For confirmation,
no.
Yaznip and Brightwing
Okay.
have the earrings, correct? That was the last 2 people to wear them. Okay. I just want to keep track of who's got it.
Okay. 7.
Again,
That checks out.
it doesn't stop.
Yes. As it
20.
should be.
You get to count.
23 total?
Mhm.
Okay. On the rest of the goblins, certainly the rod in the hand of the one goblin is the most interesting thing. On the rest of them, you find probably a total of 12 copper and 3 silver, and then various daggers, little hand axes, small bone charm necklaces, and things like that.
Pick up a dagger and
Okay. Pretty rough. Not
Pass
the
it off
best
to
looking,
Yaznip.
Lose, Brian.
You've got to just start a
Um,
collection at this point. That way.
And with a 23, I will also say the ground right in front of and around even this door, well, it's not a door, it's a like piece of wall that has this stuff carved in it, is all singed. The perimeter is singed and the ground in front of it is singed more heavily than it is further out. So you see like some dead, burned grass and things a little bit further away, but it seems to be much stronger right in front. So it seems like the locale of this explosion seems possibly to have happened right in front of it. You don't know where it came from necessarily, but that's where it seemed to go off, quote unquote. No. I will not even make you roll for that. I will have you roll a history check. And Faye, I'll have you roll one also with your investigation. 23.
History.
Yeah, Leah.
History is. Oh, and that's 20. 23.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Faye just got all of the rolling power that Aedwin is missing.
Thanks, Brian.
Um,
It's your fault. You did it.
okay.
You bought me a magic
So-
dice.
Even with an 11, Yaznip, you're able to tell this is not even mildly similar to what you saw down below. What you saw down below was crude scratchings almost more than anything, and I believe had like some dried reddish looking paint smeared into some of the carved bits. This looks like, and Faye, you notice this to a greater degree, very old, very well carved artistry. And I will say, since both of you are up close inspecting it, more specifically what you see. So you see several, as I mentioned last session, large winged lizard looking things which you understand to be dragons, though no one has seen one in Kathos or Ollivansthar in many centuries. And then there are several other figures carved at the bottom of this wall, and each of them seems to have a word carved above it. You see what looks like a human farmer or something like that with the farming tools working the ground. You see what looks like a gnome or a small folk chiseling at a statue of what looks to potentially be a dragon, like a seated dragon. You see a bare-chested humanoid figure, stockier, with very small, hardly noticeable, but the carve work is fine enough that you can tell tusks, what looks to be a kell, lifting heavy rocks, stone slabs building something like an altar, maybe. You see what looks mostly like a humanoid, but with bits of dragon-like features in various spots, like small wing-like appendages coming off the elbows and small horns. It's kind of reminiscent of Brightwing's feathers, but dragon instead. You see a dragonborn, or no, you see an elf that has its arms extended and its like mouth open and it's looking upwards as if speaking or singing. And then hovering right above this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sum of creatures, you see a dragon with its arms outstretched, looking down at all of them. And then there are various other dragons spotted throughout, breathing fire and things like that. So that's what you see. Yaznip, what languages do you speak? You can DM me if you want. But, yeah.
Would you let me attempt to get a date on this with all of the study that Mom put me through with art?
3 classes ago.
Yes-ish. I will say...
Within 100 years or so, kind of a thing. Depending on how far out it is.
Let me do this real quick. You rolled a natural 20, right? For a total of 23 on your history check?
Yes.
Best as you can tell, this looks to potentially be a couple millennia old.
Whoa.
Very, very, very old. And it's you would know you'd actually probably know a decent amount of history of Aanthara. Roughly a little over 3,000 years ago is when the last stories of dragons just like ended and their existence on Aanthara ended. This looks to maybe not be quite that old. Like maybe it's somebody remembering dragons or trying to remember them, but looks to be not far enough after that time for much of it to have been forgotten. If that makes sense. So it's way more than a few centuries old with that roll. And what languages do you speak?
It's Common and Elven.
Okay. Both of you recognize 2 of the words. Above the farmer is written the word all in Common, which everybody recognizes, obviously. Both of you also recognize the word written above the gnome. It's the word anai, which is gnomish for doors. And Yaznip, you would also recognize the word above the elf, which is huesta, which means breath.
Interesting.
And the order of these again were the human, the gnome, the Kel, the dragonborn, and then the elf is the last one.
The third one is not a dragonborn. It looks like a humanoid with some dragony features.
Well, there
And
was
then
a
the elf
Kel
is
in there
last one.
too.
Yes, you had the right order, but just that 4th creature is
Dragonkin.
dragon-ish sort of thing. Yes.
I think Brightwing's gonna go with those 2 after seeing that the bodies are like can't be helped. And you see her after looking at the dragons take out a book and starts to flip through the pages. And then points to the passage about the dragons that she learned to Yaznip. Are these what these creatures are? This book talks about that they were the main fighters against your elders of the world?
You would know that. Oh boy. So I would say, Aedwin, go ahead and roll me a history check.
I mean, is there really any
And
point?
actually, Yaznip, also roll me a history check.
Let's see. I'll humor it. Why not?
9.
Oh, 15.
Okay. 15 and 9?
Mhm.
Okay. Yaznip, you would have heard bits and pieces of this. Probably not. You probably would not know or remember all of it. Like, maybe it was some folklore that you heard early in your life when kids are interested in things like dragons, but don't really know it in history form. Aedwin, I would say that you probably do know it pretty well, if for no other reason that then, despite the fact that dragons don't exist on Aanthara anymore, monster hunters are interested in the most powerful monstrous thing that has ever lived on Aanthara, so you've probably read into it a little bit. Eclipse and Fae, I would say you would know this stuff pretty easily. And Brightwing, you know it from reading. So, several thousands of years ago, there were beings on Aanthara that are called by history and by people today the Elders. They were made by the gods before the rest of the currently existing creations were on the face of the earth, and they were given power to create. And so they made many beings, including most of the beings that you now know across Aanthara, including yourselves or your races. And one of those creations was dragons. But the dragons had access to the magic that the elders do or did, and grew and evolved beyond what the elders could control. And eventually, there was a war between the dragons and the elders, which is called the Dragon War. Very creative name. And when that happened, the elders were almost overrun by these dragons. It was unbelievably massive, calamitous battles between these extremely powerful beings. And the elders ended up making a deal with the gods, who they had previously kicked out of the material plane, which is extra history that I won't share right now because we're talking about dragons. The gods helped the elders to defeat the dragons in exchange for the gods being able to return to control over the material plane and the elders leaving. So the elders no longer exist and haven't been seen for the same thousands of years that the dragons have not. And since then, all existence sight of dragons has completely ceased, and they're just story.
Fiction. I'm fiction?
You're not real.
Make believe.
Well,
Brightwing,
I know what fiction means. Yes.
what languages do you speak?
Um. Da-da-da-da-da. Primordial, Common, her language, and then the one we've discussed that I would very much doubt would be presented here. I'd be very surprised if it was.
Simlish.
You may have to remind me. You could DM me if you want.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, you recognize and I would say that your eyes are actually drawn to this creature. That's right. The creature sort of in the center that looks mostly humanoid, but with these bits and pieces of dragon-like extras, I guess you could say, very much reminds you of your people. And you certainly haven't seen dragon-like presenting features like this, but where they are and how they present is very familiar to you from your people in the Kwakia that they would have attached to, and how those things would have appeared, very much like your feathers. And written above that creature in Primordial is the word Sawala, which means under.
This is the center door?
It's the center creature.
Or the center text?
Yes.
So all doors under blank.
All doors blank under. The third creature is the Kel, which has a word written above it that you don't recognize. Those of you who are up at the door right now.
How big are
What was
they?
the last word? Breath?
Yes.
How big are the
All
carvings?
doors blank under breath.
Appear?
They're the creatures carved at the bottom are like around this
Okay.
big, and the words are probably like this big.
Can
What
I
is this
take
one?
my book, my own journal that I've been carrying around, and I'm gonna take the charcoal that I've been using to write, and I'm gonna go up to the creature that resembles my people, and I'm gonna shade it into my book. I put the paper on there, and then shade it in to get a sketch. Whatever. Wow. What's that called?
It's a press, right?
Whatever.
Something like that.
It's called something.
Charcoal. Yeah, I
A
think
rubbing.
there's
A
another
rubbing.
name.
Print
Rubbing,
or
yes.
rubbing?
Yep, that
A
is.
rubbing.
Yeah. Feel free to add that to your inventory. A rubbing of a dragony shifter-looking thing.
And then I'll also get the word too.
Can I
Okay.
pick up the wand?
The rod.
The rod, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any inscription on it? Any like runes on it that would indicate what it does?
There are not runes on it. The head of it, which is a dragon head, has, I would say, similar looking design style to some of the carvings on this wall. But beyond that, it does not have anything written, no runes. Just a very finely made rod.
Is there a switch on it or anything?
Doesn't seem to be.
Does it seem magical?
You can roll an Arcana check, I suppose, but I will tell you in advance that I largely don't consider Arcana checks detect magics.
That's
'Cause
valid.
that's what
I
detect
just was.
magic is for.
It's a 22.
Okay. What I will say is
17, 19, 20.
it is very, very well made, and looks old, but not as decrepit from how old you might expect it to be as one would maybe expect. I will say you notice that.
Here's the question.
Haven't seen anything.
Do we believe that the Shade Creepers would be behind, like, in this area, in something so difficult to access?
Sure, roll an investigation check. Okay. In the immediate vicinity, it's pretty hard to tell because everything is blasted and burnt.
True.
But walking like 15, 20 feet away, you don't immediately spot any, no.
Are these ruins normal?
Would I possibly know that? Whether or not like runes like these are kind of commonplace?
Did you roll a history check?
I did. I rolled a 15.
Okay. I would say with your 15 and also with Faye's natural 2023, both of you would know, not really know. This is
Okay.
pretty out of place. And the subject matter is also very out of place. you don't go walking around towns seeing temples to dragons or anything like that, or even really art of dragons very often. They're not remembered in fondness or reverence really by most people, and to most people with below the very very highest sliver of educated society, they're mostly remembered as fiction, like Yaznip said. Yeah, it's kind of tucked away. Yeah, it's like you can see there's a bank off the river, which is where you kind of beached your canoes, and then this is like another maybe 20 feet into a small sort of alcove-ish space in these sides of the cliffs which you have reached. So it's a little bit protected. Like it would be protected from the elements largely. Yes, and given what you see around in terms of like scattered, burnt vegetation, it also looks like there might have been a good amount of like vegetation or shrubbery that was covering it up before this explosion happened.
Any
Can
guesses
I-
as to what the middle word is?
Can I ritually cast Detect Magic while they're figuring this out?
Yeah, you can ritually cast Detect Magic. Takes 10 minutes, right? Or 11
Yeah.
minutes or something like that. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes
yeah.
and 6 seconds. Okay.
And I've already checked everything. Nothing's coming this way.
From
It
looking
seems clear.
around, you have not seen anything, no.
Okay, and I will group up with them.
At
and
the
I
door?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, all doors blank under breath and there's an explosion here, so could it be reveal or appear or something like that? Because obviously, like, breath, we're talking about dragons, the lower all says dragons breathe fire, so could it have been an attempt to shoot fire at this area?
I will say this. As you finish saying that, Eclipse walks up. Eclipse, what languages do you speak?
Cal.
You recognize the word crumble.
Oh!
Crumble.
Hallnock
All-
in Kel, but it means
All
crumble.
doors crumble under
I'm
breath.
gonna speak others, but that was the one you were looking for. Yeah.
That's not ominous at all.
What was it? All
So the
crumble?
All doors crumble under death. Under breath.
Breath.
Under death.
Things just got so much more ominous.
So the one word that you haven't identified is above the creatures, and it is written above that dragon that's sort of wings spread above them.
And none of us speak that language now that we've all approached.
I believe everyone's told me their languages, and no.
I have
Well, yeah.
Common,
tell-
Elvish, Gnomish, and Cal.
Okay, you do not recognize that language. You do recognize 4 of the words on the wall, though.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Eclipse just has been chilling and behind the party and just been like,
I mean, I know what it says.
I was making sure we weren't getting fucking jumped.
I'll point at the elf. And Yaznip, what language is this? I thought the gnome was Elvish.
Did I say
Okay.
that?
You said that the second one, the door. Yeah, you said you both understand the first and second one, but Yaznip understood the last one.
Okay, and you understand Elvish,
Mhm.
but not Gnomish. Yes, that is correct. You both understand the word written above the elf. Yes.
Where did you learn to speak Gnomish? It's just not common. It's very niche. Niche?
She's right, it's not very common.
Valid.
That's very true.
you really
think
could
any
have
of us
fooled
are.
me.
May I ask what languages are common besides common to
Common.
you?
Yeah, so typically it's the more, I believe it's the more populated. The
And Elvish,
race, the
Elvish,
more common you'll find it.
and those that interact more with those cultures are obviously more inclined to know those things, but honestly, most people only speak one language.
So
Does this thing shoot fireballs?
I really hope not, for the rest of your sakes.
We could do it from afar.
Let's maybe wait for Brightwing to finish whatever the fuck she's doing, and then we figure out, right, like, what
Also-
comes next.
This is not time sensitive. What we're working towards is.
Right.
yeah,
I was
we
going to
should-
also pose that. How much focus are we going to put on this?
I think this is something we could come back to.
But another
This seems
6.5
weird, but-
minutes.
Yeah.
We could get a rubbing of the word we don't know. Maybe
Mm.
find
You
someone
were
to speak
ritually
it.
casting a spell, Brightwing.
I'm not talking. Never mind.
I'll sing to that thing. It would be a good idea.
Get a rubbing.
Was that supposed to be a pigeon?
It was bad.
Oh.
The only weakness of bird call, the pigeon. Anyways,
I can do a duck and I can do a pigeon, and that's about it for bird calls for me.
I will say that as the conversation goes on and you all look closely and inspect, eventually the 10 minutes of your spell passes, Brightwing, and you detect no magic off of the rod, but the wall, you detect a pretty decent focus of magic, both abjuration and evocation.
Evocation on a wall. Okay. I
Yeah.
wonder if
This is
I
such
wonder
an
if
Indiana
these
Jones
people
trap.
inserted the rod into the
100%.
wall and it
Yeah,
like spit fire out at them and they
yeah,
all
yeah.
perished. Does anyone have an ability to like control items like that from a distance?
I haven't told anyone yet. First of all, I haven't said anything yet.
Oh,
Are you going to tell us?
Well, I was gonna ask Matt something first.
Okay,
Is
ask
it
me
the
something.
wall itself, or is it the runes on the wall that are giving?
It
this
is.
visual
It
quality?
seems to be from the whole wall and even within. And well, you can't tell behind because detect magic is blocked by a certain amount of stone, right?
Let me. Okay.
yeah.
You sense magic in this way. You can. Visible creature or object in the area that bears
Okay.
magic.
Yeah, it's the wall.
The spell
entirety
can
of it
penetrate
is-
most barriers, but it is blocked by a foot of stone.
Okay, also that.
I guess I'll walk up to the wall and put my hands on the runes.
Okay.
The rod itself is no magic, but this is enchantment. A very large one. Element, location magic. And what was it on that?
Abjuration and evocation, which you would not know by those names.
Oh, yeah.
I think, but essentially more or less protective or shielding sort of
Healing
magic, and
then like elemental
boom
magic.
boom
right?
magic,
magic.
destructive,
Wounds.
damaging magic, basically.
Destructive magic and shield magic are on this wand. I don't
It's
think
weird
it
they
would
would
be
have such
wise to
opposing
test
forces.
putting rod into the wand. I guess it's a trap.
Well, that's enough reason for me to believe it's not sensitive anymore and we should go. Rather
Yeah.
than mess with it.
I think it'd just be wise to kind of leave it. We see a pile of corpses around this very clearly enchanted thing, so I think
Yeah, I think we can safely assume that they brought this on themselves. They weren't attacked by anything.
Sure.
I will help.
Okay. Are you gonna like just put them in some bushes nearby? You want to throw them into the river or bury them? But bushes. None of them are cleared.
Oh, we did it.
Although the damage is such that it would be maybe hard to tell, but
You
I think you pulled us
Seems
on
asshole.
us
like-
last time because we
You
were
it
like,
seems like one
no.
of them is cleared.
As
Yeah,
they like push the bodies aside, I think Brightwing in her own tongue says like, "May the wilds guide you to your end."
Okay.
As they do that, but you guys don't understand what she said.
Nope. Of course.
Mhm.
Cool. I'm walking to the canoe.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did we get a rubbing of the word that we didn't know?
I did not think to do so. No.
No one has that I know of.
I'll do that real fast because I will be curious, and I'll get a
Okay.
rubbing.
God.
Brightwing,
Yeah.
roll a investigation check.
I'm really good at those. 11.
Okay. As you're taking that rubbing, the word is familiar to you. You don't know what language, and off the top of your head, you can't even think what it means, but you feel like you've seen it or read it. Just kind of catches your eye.
I think at that, she probably takes a second longer than needed to do that, and probably just looks at the word after she rubs it and just stares at it for a second until someone like calls her name to hurry up, and then she'll like realize that she's staring at something. And I mean, she's not rowing, so I probably think she probably just kind of just keeps staring at that word and try to figure out, connect the dots of where she's seen it before.
Okay.
While they go down the river.
Okay. You guys head back into canoes and up the river. All right. And you're keeping the rod. I assume someone is holding onto the rod.
Faye is?
I have the rod.
Okay. Throw that in your inventory.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not magical.
It took you most of the day to get here. It's getting close-ish to dusk or sunset. So you guys want to push on for another couple hours until it's pretty much dark and find somewhere to camp? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't make me roll another strength check.
I will not. I'm keeping the strength check for the whole day.
Maybe I should
but
have
you-
asked for
Yes, you probably should have, actually. But you
Can I?
continue... Nope. Nope.
Fuck.
It's okay.
You
We'll
can-
get one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You continue rowing upriver at a pretty similar pace to which you were going. Right way you keep peeking at your rubbing every now and again. And who else is not rowing? Faye,
Faye.
I think. Okay, so you two are. I think you guys were keeping eyes out last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the things we're doing.
We'll hold those perception checks, which I remember being good. So rest of the next couple hours passes without much issue, and I will say sun is beginning to set. You guys want to find a place to camp
Yes.
as darkness hits? Okay.
Yeah.
Brightwing and or Faye, roll a perception check.
Good. 9.
Okay. You keep your eye out, and you're still in that kind of cliffed off area, so there's not a lot of bank here. That bit of bank that you found everything on was somewhat rare. Mostly it's just the river is met on either side by pretty much sheer cliff. But I would say over the hour or so before it gets dark, you are constantly keeping your eye out. So eventually you find a relatively small bit of campsite that you think you'll be safe in. Unless someone tries dropping rocks on your head from above, then it might be rough.
Right. Over there might be our best bet.
Okay. You guys set up camp?
Yes.
All right. Anything you guys want to do here and specifically tonight?
I want to make sure that the canoes are tied down, kind
Okay.
of like how you would with a bike.
Yeah.
Obviously. Sure nothing takes it.
Okay.
No, I think that's pretty much
I think we're just kind of chilling out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really have any.
All right. I would say an hour or two into the evening, probably as you guys are like winding down from eating and things like that. Eclipse.
it. Mm.
You're sitting. You have a fire, I assume. Okay. Sitting near the fire, and you hear and a small bit of parchment appears in your lap.
Ooh.
Whoa! Paper!
Do we all
What
notice
is
this by any
thing?
chance?
What's your passive perception?
Depends
Fuck
how
you.
hunched over am I. Just. It's fine.
Brightwing almost certainly does with her passive perception, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else does.
No, there's no fucking shot. It's a 13. I got nothing.
It's not. There's not like a flash or loud sound. It's a small. Nope. You do not see it, Yaznip.
Oh no!
It's up to Eclipse how discreet she wants to be about it, but you see it arrive in your lap.
Alright. I read it.
Do you want me to DM what it says, or do you want me? Are you okay with me reading it out loud?
I'm okay with reading it out loud.
Okay.
It is my choice if that's in character or not.
You see your father's handwriting, and it says,
Oh yeah.
"We don't have anything more on the creatures, but it seems our inquiries have garnered some attention from important figures. We will be preparing what we have to present it. We're not sure how it will be received. For now, try not to draw too much attention." And it's signed Father, which is not typical. Normally he writes his name and head of the Lycean Consortium.
How is your like? How are you when you after you read that?
Concerned as fuck. Because that's not normal.
Do you display that or do you keep it chill?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I think Eclipse, without trying to draw attention from everyone else, will go up to you, knowing you got the letter.
Mm.
Are you alright?
I think things just got a lot more serious.
What happened?
I show her the letter, and the handwriting looks exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll a per investigation check.
Okay, I'm too distraught. Apparently, to roll shit. Was it insight?
Yes, investigation.
Uh,
Insight the paper.
I mean, honestly, that would make sense. No, it's shit. 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
have
looks
no
like
idea.
his handwriting, yes.
Okay, so it normally, we try to keep these official. He would never sign it like this. Ever.
With his name?
It just says father, right? It doesn't say his name or anything. It just says,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He would write it with his name and his title. He would
Who
never
are
just
these
sign
in-
it like this.
Who is important?
I mean, either someone got a hand on this, or he's trying to warn me by writing father instead of his name. But it sounds like it's being presented to other people, what we're finding.
By your group or by a third party?
I don't know. But we definitely need to be more careful about who we talk to about these.
Well, if your father's sending us warnings, then perhaps he's aware. That might be a good sign to cut it out for a bit.
Yeah. I think going forward.
No, impossible. There's absolutely no way that word could get from Sofil to fucking Leah that
Leah.
quick. I mean, that's unrealistic. Unless, of course, magic was implemented, but the monks are not as keen on the magical end of things. That's not really their forte, as far as I understand. So,
roll an intelligence check. Edwin.
yeah, sure, why not? I've been rolling nothing but intelligence checks. It's gonna go
Did
well.
have a bit of that paper.
Got a 9.
Okay.
Not a 7. Let's go.
I do not remember the last time we rolled a 10 or higher. Oh, you rolled a 15
neither-
today.
I did roll a 15 today.
was
Feels
the only
like a far cry to. Anyways, you're going to jail. Next.
Get in there. Get it in there.
It says in your inquiries. Have people been checking in with what you have been sending to him?
No,
I mean-
but I did ask something on Yaznip's behalf as well. And he hasn't mentioned it.
These papers, these magic papers, go directly to his hand, just as that one came to you, correct?
They
So,
go directly to who I want them to go to.
right. So unless he misplaced it, that I can't see how, or someone stole it from him. I can't see how.
Well, since these creatures aren't exactly a secret, they're something that has been popping up around, and people would usually come to us for that information. I don't think it's so much that, that it went to the wrong person. I think someone came asking for the information, and as per usual, it would have been given to them. And so I think the worriest person came in and asked, and he is telling us to be careful because someone came in and asked, and it's not the typical crowd. And given what's going on, conspiracy levels. So,
Conspiracy level high.
I think we're okay to keep looking. I just think we should be a lot more careful who we're asking. Because again, we did ask an entire town if they've seen something like this. But then again, they're also in direct vicinity of even witnessing that shortly. So, I don't think they're the threat. Yep. That's true. So maybe a guard heard, something went up the grapevine, but even then, that's fast.
I mean, we asked some very roundabout questions at the bar the other night, but we didn't mention anything about
What we're dealing with.
specific creatures. Well, the one gal that I talked to was talking about the fact that kids had been telling stories and that it seemed odd because it was all the same story. But she was
Everyone's been blowing it off.
not suspicious. Yeah, she was just like, that's weird. And
I mean, Proward would be the only other place I could imagine. But then again, they saw it, you know? Like, if anything was going to come out of a town from a direct attack, that would make more sense if it came out of there. And even then,
well, and I think they would.
But why
Anyone
would
who
they know
mentioned
that
it
you
would not have done it
specifically?
maliciously or with malicious intent, like to spread fear, but it would have probably been for information for others to stay safe.
yeah.
But why would they think you specifically are? Why are they concerned by you asking?
Because it's not a secret who I'm affiliated with. Most people would know. If they know where I've come from, they'd know by how I'm dressed and who I am. Yeah. So, either someone's finding out or they want us to stop finding.
Mm.
So
I-
I think the next thing we're
there's-
gonna have to do.
So this your father
Yeah.
essentially stated that there are people who have heard about what we are looking into regarding the Blightlings, and they want the consortium to then present the information. Are we maybe reading a bit too much into this? Because on a very basic fundamental level, it just sounds like people want to know what's going on, right? Just putting it out there. We've gone full conspiracy mode for the past couple of days.
And I understand if he had signed this normally.
That is really
This
fucking
is not
weird.
normal.
It's really fucking weird,
That's
right?
the out of
That's-
place.
Yeah, again, if
upside
this
down bit.
was a standard procedure, if this was exactly as professional as it is supposed to be, and I don't know if it's about that or what Yaznip was asking about, I don't know. But I know whatever it was, either one of those things is danger. And I'd rather be careful with both of them than none of them.
So,
So we
do
crash
you
this
know
little chair.
who sends you these things specifically before you get read them? Like if you get, so this really
don't,
could not
right?
be.
That's not how
No,
that
it
works.
it no, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not like sending where you know the person. The typical means of evaluating a letter to see if it's forged or something like that would be your only best bet. Which, with your role, it seems to be
It was
his
really
familiar
sure.
handwriting.
So yeah, there was not gonna happen.
Do you have other copies of notes from him that I could take a look at and see if
Do they stay?
They do stay.
Because if they do, then it would definitely keep them for paper trail. So yeah, I pull out
Okay.
the last couple that I've had, and
Okay.
I hand
could
them
I
to Faye.
compare them?
Yes. Do you have proficiency in a forger's kit?
I do.
So do I
Ooh.
actually.
Okay.
Wait, no. I mean, I used to. I don't know where it went now,
we
but I used
changed
to.
it. We changed it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, I also have
Okay.
proficiency in calligraphy supplies, but I don't know how helpful that's gonna be.
Faye, roll a. I'll say an investigation or perception check. I'll say with advan. Are you proficient in either of those?
I am. I have expertise in investigation, and I have half proficiency in perception.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, get
Okay.
your
My
shit fucked up,
intelligence
Matt.
is not that high though, so it's not anywhere near so it evens it out.
I will say roll an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Given your proficiency with the kit.
You see her kind of fumble
21.
the tiny scrap that she has left.
21.
Yes.
It seems to be either the exact handwriting from the hand of her father or an incredibly well done forgery. But your best bet is, or your best assessment is, it's most likely his handwriting.
I think he's just trying to give us a warning. I mean that's it. That's if that she's either the best forgery I've ever seen, or that's it.
That's what I mean. It's not that we stop what we're doing. It's that we be more careful about who we talk to about it. Just in case.
And caution is needed more than previously thought.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because this kind of thing is dangerous. Oh, if he is, I think he'll be okay. I might be protecting, but there is someone else there who can definitely keep an eye on things for me. And if it does get dangerous, they are very resourceful.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, knowledge of the Blightlings is pretty well dispersed already. It's not like we're aching for that info. We're pretty much up to date. So we have no reason to try and pull something like this, assuming that there's something going on.
It's odd, because I was sent to find out. But I guess we just didn't think it was going to turn out like this, especially given the circumstances that followed shortly after. Yeah. I only have a couple uses of this left, and I don't think sending it right now is going to be a great idea, especially if he sent this in danger.
Then we wait. Try and see if we get more information and confirm what's going on before we make any moves. Something to keep on the back burner for now, I think. We've got something else to focus on. But
So yeah, I'll roll all the papers together, keep them in order of how I've received them. Put
Okay.
them back in my pouch.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do for the night? Okay. Speaking of which, Brightwing, are you consistently reading that book that you got, or did you kind of like binge read it and you're done?
Unless there's any more information than what you've already given me, I'll probably keep reading it.
What do you mean? Oh,
Like,
I gave you kind of the overarching.
that's what over.
Yeah, that's like the overarching thrust of the story and content, but you don't necessarily get all of that at once. You're kind of getting it over time.
Okay. I think
so you're learning
after
bits and pieces.
today and that stone and the word, I think she probably is going back through it and reading through it probably again.
Okay. Roll a. Actually, you know what? What's your passive perception? Like 19 or something obscene?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe in 40 to 50 minutes into reading for the night, as you're kind of continuing to thumb through the stories and legends that are in this book, you come across a word, and the way the letters, quote unquote, that the word on the door was written in were not exactly like the way that books in common are typically written, but you read this word in the book, and you recognize that you've seen it before in this book. It's the word Darastrix. And it pings in your mind that the word you saw on the door reminded you of this word. It looks similar in its structure.
Daraxis.
Ugh. I'll send it to you so you know. If you want to roll a history or investigation check to see if you can remember where else you've seen it in the book.
I'll also say
Much
throughout the
sound,
night, you
very
guys
well.
consistently watch Eclipse take out the blank scroll, stare at it, try to write in it, and then roll it back up and put it back. Like multiple times in the night. She's just fucking fighting self-control on that one. It is rough.
I rolled a natural 19. I don't have anything to add to it, but I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. I will say with that, you thumb through the pages looking for where you've seen that before, and eventually you find it and are able to look through the context clues and learn that that word is the draconic word for dragon. And it appears quite often in this book, obviously, because it talks about dragons a lot.
Yaznip. The word that we didn't know. It just means dragon. When door will crumble under breath of dragon.
Sorry, what did you just say, Brightwing?
One door will crumble under breath of dragon.
Okay.
Somewhere there's an explosion in the distance.
the fire rod just goes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah.
The ruins down the river explode.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck.
Yep. Yep.
That was a door. That word that she just discerned was written above the dragon that was hovering above the creature's wings outstretched.
I knew I seen the word before. Dragons are very interesting. We have legends of them, but very few. And she takes out the rubbing of the person. This is so similar to what my people resembled, but I've never heard of a dragon-esque person before.
You're muted if you're trying to talk, Faye.
Oh, thank you. That was a while ago. Perhaps the gene has died with the dragons.
Well, it's not really a gene, so to speak.
Mm.
I told you before. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Right. It's not. Good luck.
Brightwing, you probably know this already, but the part of that would not necessarily jive with you is that in order to have a Koyakia, you need to be approached by the creature itself during the ceremony. So that would have to mean a dragon would come down.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Perhaps that's why.
Well, for us, how we kind of works, the wild sends you your partner. I've never heard of a legend of the wild sending a dragon. But
Brightwing, is your animal companion, your spiritual person, your bird, is it a specific kind of bird or is it birds in general?
as you say that, you see she visibly gets small at that. It is specific bird.
Sorry, I didn't know that was a sensitive topic.
There have been other bird koyakias before, very rare, as I've said, but they've been more predatory birds. I've looked in records hundreds of times to try and find some meaning in it, but hawks, eagles, things like that, but centuries apart from each other when they do occur. Mine, no one's seen it before or after.
Wow.
So you don't know what kind it was at all? Did people not believe you?
No. Your Wicana is in front of everyone. They all saw it too. But instead of a powerful beast, of a bear, or a lion or something, or a tiger, I got a very, very small bird of colors I've never seen before. And then the wilds are powerful.
The
I-
conduit must be powerful as well.
Also, being a predator is not really all it's cracked up.
Well, it's. We have other. It is hard to speak on this. If I am honest.
It's okay.
So don't-
You can bring it up at another time. We were just curious. And we don't need to pry.
I think, like, at that, you see her just kind of, like, put her knees to her chest and just kind of fold in and rest her head right there. And kind of look into the fire. Yes, but the only thing a bird is known for is flight. I can't even do that. I am a bird with broken wings.
There are some fast birds that don't fly. I heard about those a lot.
I appreciate your confidence.
We could compliment you all day, and honestly, that's... If you don't believe it, then... But just know, if you ever want to talk, we can talk.
I appreciate it. I don't mean to bring down the mood. I am sorry. This is trivial for what we are trying to do.
We ask. It's not your... Yeah.
I'm going to do perimeter check just to see if we are safe.
Okay.
And she'll pick up her staff and just walk.
Okay. Are you looking out? Or
Probably.
were you? Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okay. Something. 7. 13.
Okay. You don't see anything of note. You hear a few distant nocturnally bird calls, but nothing stands out.
I think at one point she'll probably like make her way around and go back to the river. And then just in like the moonlight reflection and looking at, she kind of just looks at her reflection in the water. And like touches her plume, just stares for a second. And I think just camera wise is probably looking at the reflection through her eyes, like through above, and you just see the back of her head. But in just like a couple seconds later, you just see 2 little drops of teardrops going into the water at one point, rippling the reflection out.
I'm
and then
about to fight her whole village, man.
Yeah, like, heck,
With
these
a fucking
losers.
declare war. It's
You
gonna
made my
fucking
bird
happen.
person cry.
I will fight a whole town. God damn it. Uncalled for. can certainly try. She's gonna walk away. She just curls up in a corner.
Oh
Eclipse just goes full loaf.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stress loaf activated.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
she disappears into the darkness.
Yeah, your
Okay,
eyes close and you
Aisling.
disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout the entire thing, there was a not unnoticeable level of frustration as he just sat in silence. But that's probably about it. He's kind of
Okay.
just chilling.
Okay. Night fully arrives. Yaznip, you're staying to take watch. Brightwing. Okay, Brightwing, you come back.
Yeah, and I'll take watch with him.
Okay. Both you can roll perception checks.
My perception checks are balls tonight. 10.
Can't see through these tears.
Facts!
Considering it was just a 10.
Okay. You guys don't notice anything over the at least beginning part of your watch. You want to do something? Brightwing? You sit in silence? Or
She probably does for a second. And then she'll probably look at Yaznip. Do you miss your home when you travel? Why did you leave? I know we've talked, but... You have dreams too. Oh. I thought you were talking about dreams. Do you ever have a dream that you know it means more? The wild talks to me in my dreams sometimes. But do you remember Molly? I knew her before we met her. A few nights before we got to Brower in the festival. I had a dream of a little red-headed girl running through the forest. And I couldn't catch her. And then the next day or two, Molly is taken. Molly had dreams too. Similar. It looked very similar to that, yes.
Leah,
Uh-huh.
you might want to mute Spectator shitpost.
I know.
If
I'm
you mute
so
it, it'll stop
sorry.
notifying.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's still alive.
I'm trying.
It's not me.
Mute for 3 hours. Okay, cool. I'm so sorry.
As you were.
She said she was chasing the bird. I muted it. I'm sorry. I would give anything to see it again. Well, it is a part of me. Koya, we have 2 souls. Ourselves and our partner are Koyakia. I had one other dream a couple nights ago. I don't know what to make of it, but I don't know if I could explain either. It felt that the wilds were telling me that I had bigger things to do. But the path I am on with you all will lead to understanding, I guess. I had powers that I've never had before in that dream. I don't want to doubt the wild, but I doubt I could ever achieve something as that. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm sorry. would it be dumb? Well, you'll never know if you don't try, I guess.
So I'm out.
I thought it was
He-
implied that we were all like.
I am?
Yes, I would say at this point everybody's asleep. Okay. Brightwing, you see it's very odd. There's like a half second where there's this shimmer of morph and you see like bits and features, and then it's like you blink and you don't even see the change, and then Clayson is standing there in front of you. Interesting. Okay. Please hold.
I'm not here, but who's Clayson?
Clayson is. Well, I don't know if anyone else knows that. He was one of the dudes that was in the race that like told us to go do the race.
One of the dudes.
Oh, I wrote it down. I didn't write anything useful down about him.
You do not see any creatures. Okay.
You can just change into people, no matter age. I'm sorry. You can just change into people, no matter age. Or maybe they just weren't around. Edwin doesn't like me, I know. That is alright. He is very nice. Is that another saying? I don't know what that even means. We have metaphors. We don't have sayings. Or how is Sticken like the same as just his character? I do not see the connotation of a mud with stick. Alright.
Through the stuff you know.
I like Faye though. I like Edwin, but what is... Yes. Just to see if she reads your mind. That's funny. Yes. Toad slime. Should I be saying the same thing then? I don't want to break her flute. No, but I don't want her to be mad. Your ideas are very smart. Yes, sometimes failure is a part of life. That is not bad. Oh, you are a very interesting person. That is for sure. So one can be, I suppose. Perhaps.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. The rest of your watch, without issue, nothing shows up. You want to wake someone up?
I agree.
Okay. Faye, you're roused awake. Two, you go to sleep. Faye, roll a perception check. Unless you want to wake up anyone else. Uh-oh. You might be muted.
Sorry, the living room was noisy. No, I don't think I need to wake anyone else up. I could do that fairly easily.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay. Anything you want to do, or just pass the watch?
Not really.
Okay.
Just like putt around, make sure the fire's like stupid stuff, just to stay
Mhm.
busy.
Okay. You never notice anything. Watch goes by without issue. And you sense that morning is getting relatively close. You wake up one more person, take the last couple hours.
I'll just wake up Edwin.
Okay. Adwin, anything you want to do on your watch? Besides unmute yourself? We're on fire today.
It's fine. No, I've got nothing that I would like to do tonight.
All right, roll a perception check.
All right, guys. Here comes the next 7. It's an 8.
Wow.
Almost. We
All
almost
right.
got there, gang. I'm going to have a fucking aneurysm.
And those dice.
You also notice nothing throughout the course of your watch. The sun rises at the end of it, and the day is everyone's. I would assume you all wake up relatively early as the sun rises to set out. Unless anyone has anything they want to do, I will take strength checks. Yes, go for it. You're asking me that.
I don't think we did. No.
I
We
thought
never
you
got an
did.
opportunity to do so.
Because you were the one that took it. And you were the one that was looking at it.
This
Didn't
might be
Bright
borrowed wisdom, but we could just try and see.
could try it on the next rest.
Circlet that puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to harm the children, so I don't think it would do any damage, but I don't know how safe it would be.
No. I mean, let's try it. And I sit down.
With
Go ahead.
the... Oh.
Before he does that, I'm gonna grab my bed mat and put it behind you, so just in case you like fall down, and like be behind you to catch your head in case it goes awry.
I
Okay.
do not resist in what way at all.
I will say,
Because she's clearly
Yaznip,
tired.
roll an Arcana check.
Oh
Yep.
no!
Okay. You set it on, and a couple seconds go by. You don't see any change. You don't feel it. You don't hear anything. Clips, you don't feel anything either. 10 more seconds. Nothing. Brightwing.
Okay.
With your passive everything.
With your passive existence.
Yes.
Uh,
I will say you don't need to roll to realize this. When you cast Detect Magic back at the wall,
Yeah.
you don't... there was a few other things on your party that ping as they all... or glow as they always do. And you would have taken note of those peripherally. And you wouldn't really have noticed at the time because the absence of glow doesn't stand out to you. But now that you think about it and watch this happen, you remember there was no glow coming from where Yaznip was keeping this thing.
It's not magical anymore.
shit.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that would have
That,
been.
wasn't that a
bad.
transportation plan for the wee crate?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
We do
Got a
still have
laundry
the
bag.
bags. We're probably gonna need to triple bag that sucker because it had claws. Or we put it in the washer bag.
As
He fucking scammed us.
Switcheroo?
roll an intelligence check.
So you've been looking at this thing a lot.
Spelled bait and switch.
It does. At the very least, just saw this fleck of something. It looked like it was on my screen, but it turns out it's actually that bit of gray in Eclipse or in Jess's photo over
Got
on the
him.
right. I think it's a bowl. I was like, what is this on my screen? It's just
Oh,
a bowl
this?
in Eclipse. Yes.
Get that out of here.
I got it off my screen, guys. We're good.
Fantastic
I wish it
job.
was in time with you rubbing that.
I know that would have been amazing. All the ones that you had, there were not particularly any distinguishing marks or anything, so it's hard to tell if it was a specific individual one. And with your Arcana check previously combined with your intelligence check now, you can't really make out one way or another if this is the exact same one. Seems to be, though, for sure. Nothing stands out as different. Okay. You guys gonna head off?
Floating down the river, yeah. Floating down
Okay.
the river, yeah.
Strength check from each of the rowers, and who
Can
rolled the
I-
d20 last time?
I did.
Okay, then Faye, you roll d20.
Oh, okay.
Here we fucking go. Let's see what we can do.
Oh my god, is it double digits?
Look out for me.
Oh god.
my God.
I got a
Oh,
14.
Okay.
Someone just needs to tie a rope to Aelwyn's boat.
I was
got
gonna do a thing, but I can't find what I was gonna do. I had saved it in my doc, and now I can't find it. Oh, okay. I will.
I haven't managed my spells for today. 1 second.
This is funny. I'll pull out the loot and I'll just start singing. Let's get down to business to defeat Yaznip.
Wow.
No!
Wow. Wow.
And I will give you inspiration.
Oh, thank
Yes!
God. Okay,
Yeah!
what is your inspiration die?
D6.
D6. That'll
Yeah.
make a lot of difference.
Sure.
Come on!
Is it a 1?
Yes!
Wow, the struggle is real.
Oh no.
Hey,
What's the total?
hey, Yaznip, what did you roll? You rolled a 5!
Wow!
I rolled a 6!
Oh my gosh, guys! Eclipse?
I rolled a 7 plus 6,
Wow!
so I get a 13.
At least we're all going.
Oh,
at the
wait,
Oh,
no,
a
same
you got a
natural
13
7,
total.
a natural
Okay,
7.
natural 7.
Natural
Okay,
7.
okay,
But
okay.
I
What was your natural roll, Sean?
dared.
Oh, it was a natural 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it was a net
Nice.
1, I would have gotten my inspiration back. Damn.
Oh my
Sick plays.
God.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking. Wait, no. I rolled a 1 on the inspiration die, so you do get the inspiration.
It has to be on the d20, right?
No, I
No,
believe it's on the
It's
inspiration.
not the inspiration, no. So,
Did they update it? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
when an ally within 30
that
feet
might
of
be a
you
later
rolls a
level.
1 on the d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can use your reaction to soliloquize and gain.
I think there might be a level up that allows you to do it to your bardic inspiration dice also at some point, but
There was an optional
now it-
feature now where my bardic inspiration die can add you can add bardic inspiration to damage rolls and hit points restored from spells.
that is also true. All right. In any
Well, no,
case,
yeah.
the rowing is slow from the two duos. Eclipse, wait, Eclipse, are you the one on your own?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yaznip's
you're
on
the
his
one on
own,
your
so he
own.
doesn't have to worry
No,
about
I thought.
Okay.
No, you're with me, and then Faye's
Okay.
with Adrian.
Yes, that
Yeah.
that checks out. Okay. You guys continue making your way upriver. Most of the day, or most of the morning, passes without much change. And eventually, you see a huge, massive tree felled lying across the river. At a low enough height that several of the branches that are like coming off of it are sticking down into the water, and low enough that you're not going to be able to row under it. And you're still in the cliffs area, and this tree is kind of like wedged in between the cliffs. So you are likely going to have to figure out a way to get yourselves and the canoes over this tree.
All right.
I mean,
So I've got a thing that would probably be able to take care of this. We just might have to wait a little while, depending on how well it works out for us. But I could probably take care of this.
Oh,
I could maybe burn some of the foliage off.
That's kind of what I was. Yeah. Except mine is a bit more. You know, like.
I can do a more controlled flame and burn.
oh, fire?
Yes, fire. Gonna go ahead and row to the front, very
Okay.
slowly and painfully.
I was just gonna try to blast it out of here.
We've got options, right?
Okay,
But
yeah.
this expends basically no resources from me,
Mm.
right? So I can just do this. So I'll go ahead and just give it a whirl.
Yeah, I can do it as well.
Okay.
You just want to light it on fire, Sean? I can
That's-
do the rest.
Well, could do a little more than light it on fire. Try to get us through this as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna
Okay.
fucking destroy this thing. Aedwin is going to go ahead and kind of hold his hands together like so, and you watch as his gauntlets kind of start beginning to glow red. And as they finally get to a bit of a breaking point, he kind of claps them together and expands them out. So I'm casting Burning Hands, which will be a 15-foot cone. I don't know if that spans the... It definitely wouldn't span the gap.
No.
But
It's very, 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 very wide.
yeah, but gonna try and just like get it right in the center so that it just breaks in half, basically.
Okay. And remind me, is Burning Hands a save?
It's a dex save, yes.
Okay.
Against
Would
a
a tree
tree.
get a dex save?
Yes.
tree's gonna stand up and we're gonna freak the fuck
Honestly, here's the thing.
Heck
Fact! Big
out. Also,
fact!
pretty sure the tree is
Right,
unconscious, so
right.
even worse.
Knowing my luck, it's probably gonna make the save, guys. So just
It's gonna
kind of
rise
keep
from
that
the
in
dead
mind.
and go backwards, and it's gonna
Yeah.
root itself again and be like, "Fuck you,"
Mm.
and move
Yeah.
on.
You said it's a deck save, right?
Yes. Matt, I
Rolling
swear
for
to
a
fucking
tree.
God.
What's your
Oh
save
no, it's
DC?
like a beaver. It's like a family of
It
beavers.
is 14.
We're about to commit.
I
full
rolled a
massacre.
14.
So you save.
The you still take half damage, right? The tree
You
takes half damage.
You take
This stupid tree got out of the way.
On a miss, it takes no damage.
no, it does. It takes half.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how a tree makes a dex save.
Roll your damage.
I did.
Look
I
in
got
the tree
12.
set. We've already discussed
12?
these.
12, yes.
So halved to 6.
To 6. How many creatures are dying?
All of them.
So you all bring the boats up.
Suck.
You see this huge tree. It is covered in bits of vegetation, like huge stretches of lichen and things like that.
You just killed Henry Grabgrass and all of
I
them.
will say, just as you all come up
He's
and Adrian casts this spell, you do see along the bottom of the tree, the side closest to the water, where some branches are like kind of dipping down into the water. They look a little darkened and wilted, kind of blighty. And then he releases his spell, hits this tree in the middle, and you all hear. And partially from the back of the tree, partially on top, you see a massive form, a huge rotting heap of vegetation that you see shoulders build up out of it, and it one big arm fist of vegetation, another one, and then lifts itself up over, and you see this. It's like vines, brambles, bushes, but
Son of a
all tied
bitch.
together in a very, very thick corded form, probably about 10 feet in every direction, and it down at you, and that's where we'll take our break.
God
Oh my
damn it. I just got
gosh.
World of Warcraft flashbacks from
Dude.
pissing off everything in a river vicinity.
It reminds me. It
No!
reminds me of the vine monster from Avatar.
Oh,
We're fighting.
God.
We're fighting a Leshen, guys. I'm scared.
God damn it.
I'm really scared.
Ah! Dude, this is the
Oh,
worst.
boy.
We're in the water
Do
too.
I need sherbet.
I can do this. This is what it looks like.
Oh,
Oh no.
is that the exact same one I used?
Oh, we are so fucked.
That's where we take our break.
No!
So we will see
Matthew!
you all in
What does it look like?
Get you.
Oh, fuck.
6 minutes and 39 seconds.
We are so fucked.
Oh, come on. This is unfair. Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan. That's the one.
Saskatchewan!
Canadian.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Dude, I didn't know what the fuck I was reading, okay?
That's kind of how it looks in fairness.
Give me a break.
Yeah,
All right.
It does not look easy to read.
Oh boys.
God, I need ice cream.
Same.
more.
I need an adult beverage.
All right, roll initiative.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. We're
Wait,
That
come
was
back.
by far the best reintroduction of
Oh,
an
yeah.
episode
Best
of
for
all time.
sure.
We've had the best intro and best re-intro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. D&D.
Oh,
Why
squeeze.
though?
Oh my. I can't
I
remember.
need to throw
All
in
right.
this.
Who is above 15?
Wait, I think that's me. No, I am 15.
Okay, and Yaznip?
16.
Okay, who is above 10?
12.
He did it!
Okay.
You're muted.
Hey, that
Megan.
is pretty decent.
Megan, you're muted.
A 19.
Ooh.
Oh!
Sorry.
Whoa.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh, okay.
I forget
and then
that I
Brightwing?
have.
4.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Faye, you're up.
I will.
Oh, how dare I?
Oh, do
how
we have a map?
dare I?
Excuse me.
Boop.
I'm not even logged into roll 20.
Oh, fuck.
That is bad news bears.
I like your tree, Matt.
Thank you. I made it myself.
It's real good.
He remembers when it was once a sapling.
Oh, oh my god.
True.
Okay. Oh, so we're literally right there. Okay. I need to read this spell really quick.
That's a good idea.
Yaznip, you're on deck.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to scream and then pull out a pinch of powdered iron and just say like, oh no, absolutely not, that's far too large, and cast reduce.
Oh,
Oh!
shoot. Okay, that's a saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Yes. It's it's Constitution. I will instead change it to Charisma.
Oh.
Damn you, Bard! That's cock.
Set the bard
Major cock.
Oh
to the
my
bar.
god.
That is a 10.
He is
Itty
small.
bitty.
He
He's
is
medium.
Does he reduce by one size, or does he reduce to small?
That's a great question. I would love to tell you. The size is halved in all dimensions. Its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. The reduction decreases its size by one category, example medium to small, until the spell ends. They also have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The weapon attacks also shrink to match its new size and do a reduced
Damn.
1d4 less damage.
1d4 less damage on weapon attacks?
I love
Yes.
this spell.
Son of a biscuit farmer. Okay, well that is mooey poo poo. Ah! No!
Faye
Okay.
said,
And
what encounter?
Well, with my bonus action, I'm gonna look at the map real quick. This is gonna be good. I'll tap Edwin on the shoulder and just say, summon your courage, and give him a bardic inspiration.
Courage.
Honestly,
Alright.
with the shit I'm about to pull, I'm gonna need.
Yaznip, you're up.
So,
This thing is half its size. You just watch it shrink down.
and it's on the tree. How high is the tree above the water?
Well, the bottom of it is like
Mhm.
less than a foot.
Uh-huh.
It's some parts of it are even like dipped into the water. The tree in diameter is pretty large. It's about 5 feet in diameter, 5 to 6 feet.
Without taking
So
up
you-
too much time, if I were to get out of this canoe, do I feel like it would get stuck against this tree?
If you like gave it a good hard row, there's a bunch of like the roots and
Okay.
large pieces of things right there. You could jam it in probably if you wanted to.
Quick point of order: is the tree on fire?
Oh, that's valid.
Because I-
burning hands set things on fire.
I mean, it's
its
straight.
description.
I don't think it
Creatures,
does.
I should.
It
I think.
ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Damn. Okay. Yes. There's a section there of the tree
So
that is
yeah, that's like all of this shit is just on fire, which means this guy's standing in it as well.
He is. There
Radical.
you go. That section is on fire.
That might change what I need to do then.
Is it an action to row?
I will let you get off one row as your interact with object free action if you want.
Okay. I want to row a little bit away from this tree.
Okay. Like toward the root direction?
Towards the
roots are?
south.
Oh.
Yeah, away
Back
from
off
it.
entirely.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Okay.
cast Mind Sliver on
Okay.
the creature. He needs to make an
Alright, that is
intelligence saving
save.
throw.
Okay.
It'd be great.
That's definitely gonna be great. 3.
That's a fail. That is 6 points of psychic damage,
Okay.
and he has a negative D4 to his next saving throw.
Okay. All right. Is that your turn?
Before the end of my next turn.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Eclipse, you're up. Age winning, you're on deck.
So if we're going away from the tree, that's going to be downriver, right? So it'll be easier to just drift with it.
The way you're trying to go is up forward.
Upriver.
Yes.
So that's against the current. So if I
So
just...
the map should actually
which
be
the-
like flipped upside down, technically, right?
No,
Because
If
we're-
you're talking north versus south, then
Because we're
technically,
trying
yes.
to travel upriver,
You-
which is
yes.
south.
That
Yeah.
is correct. But it's
Okay.
more like the way you were facing is what I'm doing here.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, going forward would be harder to row.
So
through
water's going this way.
The water is going
Yeah,
downward,
water's going
yes,
that way.
and it's
Yeah.
pretty slow flowing. So in a few seconds, it's not like your canoe is going to be gone down the river.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, but I still don't want it to go. Okay.
No, you do not.
Mostly because I have Brightwing with me, I'm gonna scoot the canoe this way.
Okay.
I am willing to eat the half speed because I have a person and just get that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put you over here.
And then I'm going. How high is the cliff next to us?
A few dozen feet.
Oh, it's high. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you've been traveling through a gorge for a while now, basically.
Okay. I'm just trying to find a point to get up or stick this thing so I don't have to lose it. And then how tall is the tree?
It's roughly 5-6 feet off the surface of the water.
Oh, okay. There's just not enough room to just go under it.
No, the bottom of it is inches at some points.
Can't
A
go
big tree.
through it. Can't
Huge
go
tree.
under it. Have to go above it.
around it. Okay. Yeah, I'm useless. Yeah, I'm basically gonna try to jam so that I'm not moving with the canoe to give Brightwing range to do anything. So I
Okay.
will just act as her movement.
Okay. Well, you can use your movement. You want to like jam it under the tree, or do you want to beach it?
I mean, is there room to beach it? I guess is my other
You could,
question. I
yeah.
don't
There's
think so.
there's like a bit of dirt bank that you could beach it here.
Okay, then yeah. As
right
long
at
as
the
I
edge
know
of the
it's
cliff.
beach, then yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah, it should be okay. And that
Okay.
would be your movement to do that.
Okay, then yeah.
In fact, yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay. Well, you still have an action. Do you want to do anything with your action?
I don't think I have anything to do as my action. Unless I want to throw something, which I don't.
Okay. That's
All
fine.
of my things are important.
All right, Adwin.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Okay.
We could shoot it from our little rowboats, and it would die.
Oh,
That's
I'm
Ryan's
sorry.
specialty.
Matthew, I forgot. Because I made him take that charisma saving throw, he takes my inspiration die worth of damage.
Oh, okay. Fire away. What kind of damage?
Psychic.
Okay.
It's a 3.
Okay. All right, Adrian's going up to the tip of his boat. Are you jumping on?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I really wanna. We're doing it.
All right.
I'm getting up on this tree.
Roll an athletics check since you're stepping
Fucking-
off a kind of moving canoe
Alright.
and climbing up.
Here
up
we
on
go,
your shoulder.
gang. Strength checks have been my forte. Let's see. That's an 18. We did
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yes, that you did do it. Now, I will say, I'm going to go with, because Burning Hands doesn't say anything specific about ongoing fire damage, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's a d6 when you enter or start your turn in the flaming area. So you will
Okay.
take 2 fire
Half
damage.
to 1.
Yes. And you are on the log.
I am on the log. I
Is
see.
it rolling?
Maybe soon.
Rolling on the river.
I look at this creature with a unfortunate sense of familiarity from a certain incident 2 years prior, and will go ahead and I'm just gonna smack it, I guess. I mean, it's not like I
Alright.
do anything else. I'm a paladin.
Smack.
Actually,
Roll for smack.
no. I'm just
for
gonna smack
smack.
it. Yeah. Ooh, that's good. It's 22.
Yeah, that hits. Roll
Radical.
damage.
I'm not gonna unload everything into him just yet, gang.
Switch.
But I did. It's gonna be 13 points of damage. I did max damage.
Wow, wow, wee wah. That is
Mhm.
slashing.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm coming for you.
I see that.
Not you. Megan.
Oh. Did I just move something? No, we're fine. Okay. All right, and that's your turn.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Brightwing, you're up.
Wait.
Yep. Yep.
Really?
Yep. I may or may not have rolled a natural 1 on my initiative.
Wow.
Because F me.
Wait. Would I have regained a use of my inspiration since a creature within 30 feet of me rolled a 1 on an ability check or saving throw?
Yes, actually. Any
Yeah.
creature, not an ally. It's any creature.
Let me check.
Initiative is an ability check, so you
It
would.
is. So many. Yes. Oh, an ally. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then no, you get no free inspiration. None for you.
No
Brightwing, what are you doing?
misdemeanors.
Seeing Brightwing is knowing that she would never make it out of the boat. She would not have the athletic ability to do that. So she's gonna stay in the boat. Instead, she's gonna try something new that she's never done before. She's gonna look at the light of the sunlight pouring into us. She's gonna take her staff and whip it around and then flick it towards the thing, and then you just hear, I would say, like a roar, as if made from the sunlight. A tiger jumps onto the thing, and I cast spiritual weapon in the shape of a tiger.
Damn!
What the fuck?
Holy mackerel. Okay, well, I don't have a tiger. I may have to acquire one if it's going to be a regular thing.
It's probably
But-
gonna be changed throughout, so you don't have to worry
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, so
All right.
basically you're never going to be prepared for this.
Nope,
Get dunked
nope.
on.
But here is the tiger. Oh gosh, it's going to be impossible. You know what? Can I send this to the map? Let me see if I can send this to the map. Yes, that's much better. Okay, and it's right here, I assume?
Yeah, it's right next to the creature.
Wow, look at that
Okay.
tiger.
You get to make an attack with it right away if you want.
I do. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I've
a
never
sick
done-
tiger right there. It is orange, I'd like to point out.
It's,
Yeah, yeah.
it's made
Wait.
of sunlight.
Can
Is
I
it great though?
wait?
Can
Oh.
you?
Hey!
Hey!
Jess Bog?
Okay. I don't know how to do this spell.
You roll to hit, add your spellcasting attack modifier.
I rolled a hit. Okay. 14.
14 misses.
Okay.
So your tiger appears and immediately claws outwards, and this thing is just dodges out of the way. But you still have an action. if you'd
I
like.
still haven't. No, isn't that casting it an action?
That's a bonus action.
Bonus
'Cause spiritual
action.
weapon #OP.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Tis
pretty
a good
fun.
spell.
Oh,
Tis a good spell.
that's really cool. Okay, action-wise, I can't get close to it to hit it myself, and I can't cast another spell.
You
Well, that
can
was a
cast a
bonus
cantrip.
You guys, okay, then I will. Does my spiritual weapon take damage?
No.
Okay, then I will control flames, and then take the flames away from Eowyn and just surround the creature in the flames.
Ooh. Okay. Are you taking it away from like the log under Eowyn, basically, Aedwin?
Yeah, I can extinguish flames, and then I can control where they
And
can
does it
extend to
say
as long
a
as there
radius?
is 5 feet, so I can reduce 5
Okay.
feet. So exactly where he's standing.
Okay.
Is
Wow.
that a leveled spell?
No, that's a cantrip, right?
Control flames
Yes,
is
control
a cantrip.
flames.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the flame below Aedwin suddenly rushes up onto this creature. Okay. What a turn. All right. It is a creature's turn. Finally. First of all, it takes a d6 of damage. A 6. Cool. I love it.
You love
Of
damaging
course,
your
I roll
own
well against.
monsters?
Yes, I roll well against myself. Okay, and it is going to. It does not like this situation. It just got shrunk to half its normal size, and this guy walked straight into fire and did not seem to care. So it is going to leap down onto this boat.
Oh,
And I'm going to roll a check for it. Okay, good enough. And it is going to. You see 2 huge, thick, corded vines kind of come out from its sides and.
Do I get an attack of
You have a question?
opportunity?
You do get an. Yes, you would get an attack of opportunity because he has to
Okay.
get. He has to get all the way to here. So
Down.
Yeah.
the spiritual weapon's gonna attack of opportunity?
No.
Probably not.
Spiritual
Okay, I
weapons
didn't think
not.
18.
That hits. Roll the damage.
That'll be 8 points.
Okay. Wow, this initiative thing is a problem. But he finally gets to do something. So with these 2 huge, thick, corded vines down on Faye. First attack is a 14.
Nope.
Second attack is a 17.
Yes.
Okay. That one will do 7 minus 1 from the D4 is 6. 10 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
And that is all that it can do. And you feel the. In fact, you're still sitting down, I assume, for your spell casting? Or did you stand?
Would have stood.
Okay, then roll a dex save. Because when he
Mhm.
jumps onto this canoe, it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he's a lot smaller, otherwise, the whole thing might have capsized.
He's 1/8 his previous weight.
Okay, good to know.
So
His previous weight was very, very, very heavy, so he's
19.
still pretty heavy. 19, okay, you're fine. Yeah, you stay balanced. You've been on a water vessel or two.
I've been on a lot of boats.
Yep. All right, that's its turn. Wow, that was not great.
He just whacked me with it.
Yes, he whacked you with it.
Okay.
Faye, you're up.
Yep. I am. How far
Oh.
away is... That sucks. Okay. Could I step one space back and like put my foot up on the back of the boat and step into that space here?
Yes.
And then I am going to do in a 15-foot cube. Like here-ish. Centered
Mhm.
from me. I'll cast
Off on the
Thunderwave.
side. Okay. That affects anyone. It doesn't. You don't get to choose, right? It affects anything that's in that cube. Am I correct
Question.
on that? Which is why you have to set it up in a way not to hit your friends.
Yes.
I believe it just says like any creature. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And what's the save?
It's Constitution.
Is it actually Constitution this time?
It is actually Constitution.
Okay, good.
I don't get my inspirations back
16.
on a. Yeah, that saves.
Okay.
So he
It
takes
still does
half
half
damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's not pushed 10 feet away from me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, was that a save?
Yeah. Oh, he has a
Minus a
minus
Yes,
one d4.
it is minus the D4.
What was it?
Oh, 3, so 13.
No, it does not save.
Oh.
Let's
Thank you,
go!
Brian.
Damn you,
Let's
Brian!
go!
Question: does he get to make saves against reduce at the end of his turns?
Oh.
Oh my! He's just stuck like this.
Yeah, he's
What a
just
poor
stuck.
lad.
I feel kind of bad for this guy.
Poor lad.
I will
Bump
make
it
the
in the water
Constitution
with the
saving
tail.
throw for the concentration, though.
Yes.
Fine, 15 plus stuff.
Yep, you're good.
And then I rolled a 7 and a 5, so 13 points of damage, and he's pushed 10 feet away from me.
A 7 and a 5, so 12.
12. Yep, I can math.
Okay.
Also,
Yes.
somebody help me delete these boxes off
He's
the.
pushed how many feet away?
10.
Oh boy. All right. I'm
That's
gonna
a lot.
say.
Is he?
Yeah. I'm gonna say he hits the log. Roll a d6 for
Yep.
me. On 1 to 3, he falls left. On a 4.
Oh, it's a
well,
1.
Okay, he falls left.
Okay.
Off into the water.
Can he swim?
We'll find out.
'Kay.
Okay.
Somebody help me. How do I delete these boxes?
Oh
Um,
gosh.
You're going to have to move
Oh,
your
I did it.
token and then highlight them.
Ah!
Oh, you
Well,
deleted yourself. You
it's
should be able
fine,
to drag
I'll get her
yourself back
back.
out.
Yeah.
Yaznip, you're up. Unless you have a bonus action you want to do. Faye.
Yeah, I'm viewing the bonus action options. No, I'm good.
Okay. Yaznip, you're up.
Is
Eclipse, you're on
anything
deck.
is anything happening to the boats? Like, are we moving? I guess my question is how hard is the tide?
It is not very hard. It's been 6 seconds, so I'd say you've maybe drifted a couple feet.
Okay, so nothing to be too worried about.
No.
Can I see the guy that fell in the water?
Yes. He may potentially have cover depending on what you want to do
I'm
from the
mind
water,
silver
but
him
yes.
again.
Okay, that he does not
Intelligence
get
saving
any
throw.
cover from that. Yeah. That's pretty good. 13.
That succeeds. So
Oh.
no damage.
Okay.
And with my paddle, I'm gonna see if I can just slightly adjust so that it starts going towards the bank that Eclipse is on.
Okay.
Basically I'm trying to catch the other canoe to push it towards the shore.
Okay. So you're kind of twisting a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Do this. Boop. Okay. Do you want to use any movement to like?
Yeah,
push
if I
through
could
things?
like push us towards the shore a little bit, I would definitely do
Okay.
that. Whatever
All right.
you'll allow.
This
Keeping in
is
mind
gonna be
I rolled a 5 for strength.
on your strength check. Okay. I will say, given your movement, you are able to get both of you to about here. The one boat is kind of flinging all over the place now, but it's fine. All right. Is that your
That'd be
turn?
my Yep.
Did the
Okay.
movement require me to make a new saving throw since I'm standing up?
I would say it was relatively smooth, so you should be okay. Oh, but you were standing on the very back tip.
I was on the backpack.
Yeah, I'll say roll a deck save.
Trying to be honest.
Yeah,
16.
you're fine. Eclipse, you're up.
How much happened?
Okay. I am actually going to try to toss a rope between the two of them for Yaznip to
Okay.
catch. It'll go like across both boats.
Okay, for Yaznip to catch. Roll a
Let's see if I have it put on whatever that's on.
roll a d20 and add your strength. Well, 5, 10, 15, 20. You know what? Add your dex. I'm going to say that your strength gets it there without an issue. This is more about aiming.
Same.
It's 18.
18, yeah, no problem. A small coil of rope lands in your boat, Yaznip.
Okay.
And if they grab it, I pull. But I think I'm ready, so yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens on your next turn, but you have a boat potentially roped.
Yes.
Any movement? You're staying there on the bank.
I'm staying here.
All right, Edwin, you're up. He's in the water about 6 feet below you.
Yeah, and my route to get off this tree has decided it'd be best to just leave. So I don't really know what the plan is.
Brightwing, you're on
So
deck. By the
I'm
way.
going to roll.
Mm.
All right. Let's fucking blaze this guy. I'm gonna jump down and just like try and land on top of him and fucking stab him.
Hell yes! All right, roll an attack.
A million. 23.
A million
Yeah.
does indeed hit, as does 23.
Sick. We'll toss a divine smite in there.
You can, if you want. Now, this is new rules. If you would like, since that's a spell, you can add the inspiration to your damage with a spell.
Yeah, I would do that. Huh?
Save it for a roll as well, but that's an option.
No, fuck that. I'm going damage.
Okay.
Oh,
You already
baby.
used it?
No.
Oh, baby.
No, he hadn't
He
needed
gave
it
me
yet.
2.
The first one was for the rowing. The second one was for the. You've been rolling like shit.
Mhm.
Yikes. Okay. So that's going to be 12 points of slashing and 10 points of radiant
Okay.
for a total of 22.
Yeah, that's a big ol' hit.
That's
Okay.
a lot of damage.
So you all watch Edwin leap down, sword in hand, and strike at this thing, and I assume they see.
Yeah, you see him kind of standing on the log, assess the situation, realize that his main method of escape is just gone, and then he just like, fuck it. And then just dives in.
And I will say, since you started your turn there, 4 fire damage reduced to 2. Oh no!
Bet.
The fire was gone from beneath you.
Yeah.
So you're fine. No damage at
good.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brightwing, you're up.
Okay. For my bonus action, I will move my spiritual weapon because it's floating, and go and take my little tiger to go heat it.
Mm-hmm. It moves 20 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. Whack away.
Natural 18 plus
At
5.
least I think whack away. You can move and attack with it on the same turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 5. What was the total?
Imagine Kitty paddle.
18 plus 5.
Yes, that hits.
20. Okay.
Yep.
That's a D.
Kitty air paddle.
I don't have a sock anymore.
Oh! Ho, ho!
A sock? You had a dice sock?
I had a
Yeah.
dice sock.
That makes me so happy.
I had that because like my cat would play with my dice and the other thing, but he doesn't seem to care if they're in there. So.
Wonderful.
8 of die plus 5,
Wow.
and that's force
13.
damage.
Okay.
And that's my
This
bonus
guy's getting
action.
pummeled.
For my action, I will control flames again, but I will just try and keep it contained, but like narrowed that I can start burning away the foliage so we can get underneath it with our
Okay.
canoe.
All right. The creature is up. He is just gonna smack the thing in front of him.
Come at me,
Hello,
bro.
sir.
Floating is the question. Is the thing in front of him actually floating?
Technically, like the goal was to land on top of him.
Yes.
Okay.
So like,
You guys are kind of in a mass at the
Yeah.
base of the log,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm
That's
having
a
a
dirty
ball.
20
yeah.
for.
This is why I
That's
brought
not
tough.
Very good. 5. 7 damage.
Cool.
Bludgeoning. Second attack. 18.
That's my AC.
Ooh.
Sag. That is
Oh my
unfortunate.
gosh! Oh my gosh! The freaking reduce cancels out all of the damage from the dice, and you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
such
yeah.
a bad roll by me. However, you all, yeah, you all see this. It reaches up with these 2 corded, viney arms, hits you, and then they both wrap around each other and constrict and pull you in. You are engulfed by this creature and are considered grappled by it, blinded, restrained, unable to breathe. For right now.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
And it is going to move.
You seem real confident with that.
To here, and you come with it.
I just go, not again, and then I get fucking yeah.
Yep. All right. Faye, back to the top of the order. You're up.
I will witness this and kind of
Witness
panic
me?
because he is made of rocks, and I'm already afraid of him being in the water and sinking like a rock. So, I will look at this creature, and I'm just gonna say, drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl. And I'm gonna cast command and tell him to drop.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what's the save?
It's wisdom.
10.
No.
Damn it all. Okay. It all. Oh, it does that on its turn.
Yeah, on its turn.
Okay.
So it's
So nothing happens
yeah,
yet.
right.
But, all right. Is that your turn, Miss Bard?
Yep, that's it. Could
Yaznip?
I use my bonus action to like pick up the rope and like tie it around one of the things on my canoe as well, and then pass the end to Yaznip? Like
Yeah,
does
I'll say
my
you
canoe
kind of
have like
loop it through a seat.
yeah, or something
Yeah.
just so we're both connected?
Yeah, that works. Okay. Yaznip, you're up.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
We're making
to
our way
talk,
through
that's
everybody.
The best part. Would I be able to maneuver in a way where I can just get the rope like around one of my legs, or does that use an action or a bonus action?
You can use your free action again to
Okay.
just kind of like quickly wrap the rope around your leg.
You'll see like take it and like flip my leg around it and put my foot down at the bottom of the canoe, so I'm acting as an anchor.
Yep.
And I'm going to turn, pull out the rusted ass goblin dagger that I just fucking got.
Yep.
Bonus action hex, and I will have it affect strength.
Okay.
And then I'm
It
gonna.
already has disadvantage on strength-based checks from the reduce.
That's right. It got reduced.
True. Okay. I don't know that.
You don't know that.
True.
Strength. And I'm chucking the dagger.
Fire away.
Swear to
Amazing.
God.
Far away, far away.
That will be a 21.
That hits. Roll damage.
That will be 9 points of damage with
Wow.
2 necrotic.
With
That's a lot of
dagger.
damage.
That's a lot of damage.
How about some more?
And then I'm just gonna be like,
Another smash.
if I lose it, I don't care. I don't.
Okay. It is currently
it's fine.
sticking in its mini planty folds somewhere. Eclipse, you're up.
I pull the rope.
Okay. Roll strength.
Very-
Yeah, roll
it's-
strength check.
It's not like a yank, it's a very steady,
Uh-huh.
not to fuck people up pull.
Yep.
But I'm just trying to get them not really like away, but just, you know. Okay. 23.
Yeah. That will. Yeah.
Yeah.
You move these guys until Faye's boat actually bumps into yours,
Perfect.
and then Yaznip's boat kind of like
Bumper
slides up
boats.
alongside. Oops.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're just kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Aedwin, you're up. You
Oh,
are
got it.
currently still grappled
Yeah.
and restrained
So,
and unable
okay.
to breathe.
With
Flying.
all of these things in mind, is there anything that I can do?
You can still attack. You will have
Okay.
disadvantage.
Okay.
You could also hold your action for when you're released.
That is also true.
You
I
did hear
am-
Faye tell him to drop it, girl.
Drop it,
Her,
girl.
apparently.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that seems like the play, so I'm probably just... Well, let's see if I trust her.
Hmm.
I will hold my action.
Okay. You hold your
Yeah,
action to
attack.
attack until you're released, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. Brightwing,
Uh-huh.
you are up.
Okay. I will attack again with my tiger guy floating
Okay.
over there.
Aedwin, you see a spectral tiger jumping over your head and clawing at this thing from
Oh,
above.
I actually see it? I thought I
Yeah.
was engulfed, but okay.
Oh, you are
Cool.
blinded still, technically.
Yeah,
So
I can't
yeah.
see shit.
You see some orangish light up there.
I don't think I hit it. 12?
No, that does not hit.
Okay. But I will shoot it with yeah, let's just use it because why not, you know? I will wild bolt it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Roll to hit, right?
I'm trying to remember. Make a range
What's the
spell
range?
attack.
What's the range?
The range
I
on
think
it,
it's 60 feet or
I think it's
longer
60
even.
feet.
It might
It's
be-
120 feet.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. And it's 2d8 damage, but 1d8 damage is determined. So this d8 will determine what kind of damage it's gonna be.
Okay. And you roll your attack first.
Oh yeah. Natural 20.
Oh, that's a muy no bueno.
That's great. What are you talking about? That's great.
Okay, yes, that will hit. Roll your mini dice.
Do I roll 4 of these?
Well, you roll 2 of them and you add it to the max number. It's 2d8.
Spells don't crit.
2d8, but one of them is.
Spells don't
Oh,
crit.
spells don't crit. Thank you.
Sorry.
Your own
Yep.
rule.
Sorry.
Yep.
The
It's
spells
not my
don't
rule.
crit.
It's D&D1's rule.
Sorry.
Not
Your
anymore.
decision to implement a rule.
I think they're gonna put it back,
I don't.
but it's still a rule.
I
Correct.
hope so. 102 points of damage is kind of nice.
But it's not fun anymore.
I've been playing like that for years. It's never fun. Fucking
Okay,
sucks.
so I got a 4 and a 5.
Okay, so
9 damage, but 4. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, okay, so 9 damage plus a d6 of the wild's damage.
Mm-hmm. And what was the damage type?
And the damage type will be.
Well, it's one of those D8s that you rolled, isn't it?
Oh, okay, a 4, so force. of my
Force.
first one.
Wow.
Freaking force wilds damage? What the hell?
Okay, so how much was that total?
So 5 force damage plus 9.
That's
Whatever.
14.
Force
Damage.
damage. It's all force
It's all
damage.
force.
It's all force damage?
Yeah,
And
the
is it just
D8
nine?
you roll determines the damage type.
Okay.
So it's 2d8 plus 1d6 force
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah? Matt, am I,
I
doing
believe
this
that's
right?
correct.
This is
Well,
basically
let me look.
existence just going, no!
Yeah. 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. You get to choose,
Okay.
actually, and it
Oh, I
takes
get to
that kind of
choose.
damage. You get to choose between
Okay.
the two. So you rolled a 4 and a 5, so it could be force or lightning.
I don't know what lightning will do to this thing.
You do not.
We
What
can
will
find
lightning
out.
do to me?
That's the
Oh yeah, you're in it. Oh,
in the
that's
Tim
a good-
water.
And it's in water.
Use lightning.
I want to do lightning.
Grease
We'll do lightning. We'll say that like she'll throw it, but then like also I would say it calls nature, so there's a lightning bolt just hits it at the same time as she throws it.
Okay.
And lightning damage.
Badass.
Okay.
But just to be clear, you are using lightning, right?
Yeah, it's lightning.
Radical. Okay.
It's just-
Cool.
So-
No doubt.
So
No diggity.
All right, Matt.
I'd like to mention how this thing currently has a metal dagger sticking out of it in water, being struck
I'm
by
wearing
lightning.
chainmail, dog. Like,
Engulfed with
Here's what I'm gonna
engulfing
say.
a guy wearing metal.
Oh,
Hey, you told me to use lightning.
I know.
The
I followed your instructions.
the circumstances are going to take add a d6 of lightning damage, which Aedwin will take. He's not going to take the. I rolled a 6. Hey, I can do it to you.
oh,
too sometimes.
wow, fuck you. All right,
So you
great.
take a d6 of lightning damage. Then
Ow.
you all watch as the lightning courses into this creature. It almost seems to absorb it towards its center, and then there's a and several of its gashes heal.
Okay,
This
don't use
creature
lightning. Don't use
has
lightning.
lightning absorption as an ability. It takes no damage and regains a number of hit points equal to the lightning damage dealt.
Oh my god! The backfires!
Yep.
All right.
He's like, you can use force, or you could use lightning.
I mean,
Yeah.
So just to be clear, I said that as a fucking joke.
No,
Ah.
that was completely serious. You can't even. No.
all right.
You said
So-
use lightning, and I freaking bet, and I said sure. Why
Now-
not?
The good news is,
Oh, I love it.
There's good news.
yes,
Yeah.
the good news is its turn has come, and
It will use its
It-
entire turn to drop you.
uses its entire turn to drop Aedwin out of its body. So you end up here.
And I'm gonna stab a bitch.
Just to be sure, is it its turn or its action?
Its whole turn.
Its whole turn.
Jeez Louise. Okay, yes, you
Oh
can
man.
wing your attack.
Level 1 spell.
Is-
Because fuck
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
you're in water, it's a disadvantage.
What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. God damn it. 8.
No, that
Total?
does not hit. Faye,
Radical.
it is your turn.
It
This
is.
plant does not like you very much. I can tell you that.
No. Oh, I should have been doing this. Okay, I will look at the thing and I will say, if intelligence with dynamite, you wouldn't have enough to blow your nose. And I will cast Vicious Mockery.
Fucking
Ah.
got him.
Which is what save?
It's a wisdom save.
Oh my gosh. Oh, natural 20. Let's go.
Oh, that's a cantrip. Okay.
He saves.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
will.
okay, Tasha's hideous laughter.
I mean,
So bad.
I could. That's not a bonus action though. Could I, with my action, take the rope that now that we're relatively like still? Actually, do I have rope? Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. I thought I bought rope. I bought rope. I'm gonna toss my rope to Aedwin.
Okay.
Just so you have it.
I will
In your
say for
direction.
you, roll a d20 and add your dex also.
Even though my strength is a 10.
Yeah, your distance is shorter. I think you're still all right.
That's cacked.
Also, 10 is average human strength, which is enough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 14.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you
yeah.
throw out a bit of lassoey rope and
I would
Aedwin-
aim a little bit behind him so it gets tangled up in the branches.
Okay, that is easily done. Yaznip, you're up.
And I want to tie the end back to the seat.
Okay,
Because I can't pull it back.
done.
Okay.
I don't want to keep throwing stuff. I'll throw another dagger.
Let's
Oh.
go!
You know what would be really awesome in this situation, Brian? A ranged cantrip.
No.
Oh, gee willikers. A warlock with a ranged cantrip?
24.
That hits. Man,
This-
your daggers.
8 points
Okay.
with 3 necrotic. I've only got 1 dagger left, and that was given to me, so I don't want to use that. So I'm gonna throw a hand axe,
Oh my gosh.
which
Amazing.
I can't throw as well. But that's a 17.
That hits.
2 points plus
Okay.
6 necrotic,
Oh my gosh.
Hex,
This guy
baby.
is just getting wrecked.
and I'm just
It's a
gonna
hexy
Okay.
time over here.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you know, I really probably should just start a collection, just things I don't care about.
Yep. Eclipse, you're up.
God damn it. All of this shit. So much.
Right? I mean, I don't want to go in the water, but
That's the shitty thing. The water's not the problem.
The lightning is the problem at this rate.
Okay. I do have a hand axe, but I'm not gonna fucking throw it because I'm terrible and it will do nothing.
Nothing.
But I know someone who can use it, and I'm gonna toss it into Yaznip's canoe.
hey!
Reload!
Reload.
Reloaded!
I'm not even
from
gonna make you roll.
inventory.
Yeah, I'm just deleting them at this point anyway, so I just won't delete that one.
Oh my god.
Just-
All right, Adrian, you are up. There is a
so
rope
funny.
behind you.
Radical. I feel like I don't have any other choice but to try and murder, so I shall
Okay.
attempt to do so with disadvantage yet again.
Yes, murder.
Okay, so actually, is there any fucking possibility for me to like mount myself to some of the roots that are kind of like sticking out here where I am to like maybe
would-
try and not get
I
with the
would
help
say
with that
what
rope?
you could do is if you wanted to loop, like grab and basically like do a pull up, it would be a pretty decent athletics check, but it would give your sword arm freedom to swing with disadvantage.
Well,
with advantage,
my
whatever.
other arm I am holding a shield,
Ah, true.
so I mean,
Well,
if you
that's
would-
actually up to you, because technically your
Yeah.
shield would have been on your back, unless you wanted to have pulled it out.
I mean, my AC is 18, so I've got my shield out.
Okay, then yes, you could.
So how?
I would with your shield hand, since it's through
Yep.
straps, I will still say you
Uh-huh.
can do it. Since your shield
Okay.
is on, it'll probably with disadvantage, and it's a pretty tough check. But if you want to try,
There's
you
no
can go
point.
for it.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna smack him. 18.
That hits.
Yup. Fuck. 7 points of slashing.
7 points. Okay.
Yeah.
He continues to take damage.
Yeah, he sure does.
Do you want to try to use your movement to get up there now? You could also do that if you wanted to. Like, you potentially take a attack of opportunity, depending on how high you want to get.
I mean, like, I'm being abandoned, so I'm gonna go towards the canoes.
You're not getting
because-
abandoned. I'm saving a bomb.
You are
Because I'm doing a shit.
There's a rope right behind you.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I
so-
abandoned. We're walking
Now,
up the
so-
cliff.
what I, yeah, honestly,
Voices
so
out.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll just try to climb up here.
Okay, roll an
Yeah.
athletics check.
My plan is to save our route.
Is it still with disadvantage or?
Yes, with your shield and sword in hands.
Yeah, no shot. 8.
Okay, you kind of grasp onto a few of the branches that are hanging off, but you can't really like pull up onto it.
Okay.
Brightwing, you're up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bonus action, tiger.
Tiger, yes, swing away.
Bonus action tiger, Matt.
Yep.
19 to hit.
That hits. Oh my gosh. Why are you all rolling so well and I can't roll for crap? Have you guys even missed one time?
I
Yeah.
did this
Only
twice.
Me.
two of us have been really hitting.
He beat one of my saves.
I
Also,
did this
Eclipse
twice.
hasn't been able to make a single fucking attack the entire combat. So I mean,
9 force
It's somewhere.
9?
9 force damage.
9.
spiritual weapon is
Nine.
force.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is very strong.
Huh.
Strong spell.
Okay,
Okay,
so
do you
this
want to do
is
it with your action?
yeah, I have a question though.
Huh?
So, could I cast spike growth if there's no ground and there's water?
But he is ground.
What is the exact wording of spike growth?
The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point, twists in a range and sprouts hard spikes and thorns.
No. Theoretically,
Okay.
you could do it off part of the tree, but it wouldn't really damage him, I don't think. It would have to be like the
Okay.
main part of the tree.
Okay. There goes that idea.
Monster,
Aiden,
you're on deck.
how you looking?
Who?
Adrian.
Sean, how you looking?
I'm looking okay, for the most part. I'm
Yeah, 'cause
still
I
above
can't
half.
hit.
You literally have hit me like 4 times this combat.
That seems doubtful. Seems doubtful.
You got
I've
me
been
once.
counting. I've been counting. Don't worry.
You got a big
Okay.
chunk out of me. But I'm fine.
Then I'll save to do you special later, and since you seem fine right now, and I can't do anything, so I'll just sacred flame it.
Okay, deck save.
It's a dex save.
Hey, that is an 18.
He is in the
It
water.
saves.
Is that a disadvantage or anything? Because in the water?
I
He's a plant.
don't think deck saves are a disadvantage from being in the water.
You ever tried to play like water polo?
This is true.
Like that is a hard.
That's true.
Fortunately for him, since it's now his turn, he does have a swim speed, and he's going to use it because he is not
Oh.
like this guy staying on him and repeatedly whacking him. So he's going to move to here.
Oh,
Adrian,
no.
you get an attack of opportunity at
Yeah, I mean,
disadvantage.
I'll try to whack him again. We'll fucking see what happens.
I mean, they keep me.
Yeah,
We've
no.
established.
she.
Also,
No.
plants are more of a they.
Also fair.
It's true.
Yes.
No.
Bless you.
Nah.
Okay.
My bad.
This thing comes like the vision of it moving through water is super weird. It's like all of its bits are churning water, and it reaches up onto this canoe and it goes after this damn bard that has been pestering it relentlessly. That is for a 15.
That is my armor class.
Oh, I
Okay.
should've done the last session.
Let's roll damage. Oh, thank you, finally. That is 15 damage.
Oh,
And
oh no.
22. Fine, that's the best roll I've had.
Bye.
22 to hit. That's also pretty decent. 11 damage.
Down.
Oh,
And
no.
engulfed.
That's
So
with
you
a minus
all-
D4?
Yes, I
Okay.
rolled actually well on the damage that time.
Okay.
I had a good
so
round!
This is bad.
Yes, so you all
Sure,
see
man.
Faye disappear inside of this creature.
Wait,
Yes.
she's tied to a rope that
She
I'm
is tied to a
holding.
rope. Well, no, she tied the boat to a rope.
I
She didn't
tied the
tie
boat.
herself to it.
I thought you tied it around you.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Faye.
Make a death saving throw.
Yes, make a death saving throw.
What was the alternative that you were
I
considering?
had to check if you would take damage on your turn or on its turn.
Oh,
And DM me your result.
of my death save?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yaznip, you're up. You're muted, I think. Unless you're
Well,
thinking
fuck.
with your mouth open.
I am going to get to the end of my canoe, summon my weapon and take 2 strikes at it.
Yes, you can do that. Strike away.
Brian, I have a stupid question.
Yes.
Can you throw that?
Probably.
But you can't lose it.
Sorry.
It's not a thrown weapon, so I think there would be some things with it, but I could throw
Yeah,
it.
you could throw it. It would be one of the least like throwable things.
Yeah.
It's very weird to throw, but you could. You could try to like
what
javelin
if-
it.
Yeah.
You just reload whatever you want.
Yeah.
Also,
First
man,
one
I
would
gave
be
you a hand
amazing.
axe.
I know. I see it.
He's a belt
fucking around.
returning.
21.
That hits. Roll damage.
Way better. 15 points of damage.
Woo!
With 2 necrotic.
Additional?
Yep, 2 additional necrotic.
Wow. Okay, it looks really, really, really hurt.
And second one will be 26 to hit.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that hit.
That will be
You have like far surpassed his armor class every time.
Yes.
5.
Maybe it's just Yaznip that is ruining my perception of how you guys are doing.
5 points of damage with 4 necrotic.
Okay.
So 9 total.
Yaznip, would you like to describe the finish with your necrotic damage that took it over the edge?
So I'd like to think that it's like looking down to the hand axe, but seeing Faye go in, he kind of rushes up, pulls his hand back, and then with 2 quick swings, he rotates it, trying to slice where he saw Faye go through, and then the vines just start to crumble away as the necrosis sets in.
Yeah, and as that sort of burst off of your weapon or off of him of the hex damage hits the vines holding Faye, they release, and Faye. Interesting.
If I can see her, I'm jumping in the water.
You can. Interesting. This is very interesting.
You do have a rope.
I'm going to. This is what I'm going to say. Oh wow! He has her engulfed upon death. You can see bits of her, but she is mostly still inside this creature, who is floating.
Mhm.
Given that he's made of a bunch of plants.
So that is my action,
is
my
that?
bonus action. I'm jumping on to try to get her out with the rest of my movement.
Okay, you jump into the water.
And I still have the
we'll
rope
see
around
what
my
happens.
leg.
Got it. Eclipse, you're up. You saw all this go down.
Okay. I'm going to carefully go on the other canoe closest to where that's happening, and I'm going to try to rip the growth open.
Okay, you're gonna run along the canoe.
Carefully.
I would
That's a
say
great balance.
since you're stepping between canoes and are
Yep.
very large, I'm gonna say roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Not that high of a DC.
Come on, I haven't done a single fucking thing. Okay. 16.
16 is plenty good. Yes.
Okay.
You can reach the tip of the boat.
Cool.
And you want to try to pull her out.
Yeah, I kind of want to like rip it off around her, not to hurt her, but just to like make sure that she's free for us
Okay.
to get her out.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Okay.
Roll an athletics check, actually. This is kind of a contested grapple, sort of. It's weird.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is it 8 plus 6? It's 14?
Okay, you rip apart a good number of the vines and pieces of shrubbery and vegetation that are around her and can now clearly see Faye and could grab her on an ensuing turn, or someone could. Aedwin, you're up.
Yeah, I'm swimming over
Okay.
and seeing Faye now. I am going to be using lay on hands.
Okay.
I'm going to pump 15.
All right.
Wow.
Faye, you come back to consciousness, very much in the water, surrounded by vegetation, which smells awful, and it's still kind of.
I feel like when
constricting you to
seaweed
a
wraps
degree.
around your leg at the lake.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, everywhere.
No!
Agony.
Everywhere.
Agony.
And also constricting a little bit.
Oh god.
Um,
Worst for a seaweed wrap.
Brightwing, you're up.
Wait,
I'm
initiative
going to
is-
say that at this point we're out of initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
But Brightwing, if you want to do something, everyone else has kind of done something. So
I don't really have anything long range. I have healing word, but you've already been up, so I'm actually going to. I don't think I'll wait till back on the move and do prayer of healing for everyone.
okay, you want to kind of
But-
start a prayer over on the side.
Yeah, start that.
Okay.
But I will say, just for flavor, that the tiger creature, Spirit Ultraman, kind of goes up to Faye and nuzzle you to make sure
Okay.
you're okay.
Yep.
And then, like,
My
a few
hand
seconds.
passes through it.
Yep.
Yeah, and a few seconds later, as you pass through it, you feel like you're just like in like sunlight, like a warm sunlight, where you're just like doing it, and then a few seconds later, it disappears.
Nice.
All right. The rest of you want to. It's not hard to pull Faye out. The creature is dead, and you already ripped a bunch of stuff out of the way. So if you pull her out, you can get over to the bank if you want.
Gonna specify. Once that I can see she's okay, I'm looking for my daggers and hand axe.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
God damn it.
Actually, before you do that, I'm assuming you're trying to like keep it held on to,
The rope?
so it doesn't like float away.
Oh, yeah.
Is it still reduced, or
It's-
is it now going to
You know,
like?
I don't
Let it
know
go.
how that works.
We should let it go.
We'll read the spell.
We should let that go.
I just want my daggers. I want to get
no,
8.
you
I want to
just-
get 8 damage. I want to have them. I need them. I need them.
It just says when the spell ends, so when I went unconscious, the spell
Oh,
would have
that's
ended.
true. Wow. Okay, so
That doesn't
Yep.
change anything, but still.
yeah, no, it's
Not
still
schematically.
it still means that you guys have to dig in to find things. But I'm also going to say you're going to have to like Yaznip, if you want to try to keep it here, you're going to maybe need to roll a strength check to like hold on to it and keep it from drifting away. Not a bad DC, but
18.
that is way more than enough. All right, so you hold it there and can look through. Roll an investigation check.
19.
Can I help Eowyn up into the boat?
Yes, you can. Okay. Yes, you find. You threw 2
Right.
daggers and a hand axe in
And
there.
a hand axe, yeah.
You find all 3.
Let's go!
You see a hand come up out of the water. Fuck yes!
Freedom!
And get back up to the shore.
All right.
Now you have
Everybody
two
gets to shore.
and 2
Hmm.
daggers.
I'll pick that
It's
up.
like
right
it's like the
wing.
Lady of the Lake.
With
Yaznip,
like
Yep.
3
With
small
Excalibur.
knives.
like 3 things.
No.
All right. 10 minutes later, Brightwing, your prayer of healing finishes up. So
Yeah.
you can roll that.
That's 2d8 plus.
And there is
5.
enough bank here that you might be able to like portage over this log if you want to on this side.
Oh, okay.
16 points of healing.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyone that needs it, because I can
Yeah,
heal
yeah.
6 creatures.
Thanks, guys.
Rad.
Almost topped me back off.
This
Same.
guy is slowly floating down the
I will
river.
cast that.
Let him go. He does that.
Oh man, he fought valiantly. Despite his
Get
bad
outta
rolls at the
here.
beginning.
There was an attempt.
Is it still on fire, by the way?
The tree should still be on fire.
The tree, yes, a good amount of it is still on fire.
Okay, then after my 10 minutes of prayer healing, I will use control flames just to try and burn our way through so we can get through.
Okay.
While
I'm
she's
gonna
doing that, I
do-
will use prestidigitation to get the pond scum off of me,
Oh, please.
Yep.
so I don't
Yep.
smell like. And you and Edwin, so we
It
don't
seems
smell like. Yuck.
I'm also going to be casting Produce Flame to sort of dry everything off because I fucking hate it
Okay.
here.
Adwin is air drying. If anybody wants to take part, and I would say that you get a good amount, or you notice a good amount of non-vegetable matter that was left behind from you being stuck inside that thing. Other creature matter, as if it had engulfed and eaten and potentially
Ugh.
partially digested some other things. But you have prestidigitation to get it all off.
I shake just enough to not get Adrian wet again.
Very fair. Okay. And I will say, how long are you willing to wait to burn through this log?
I guess, I don't know, however long it takes for everyone to be like, well, we should try something else, I guess.
I mean,
So I mean, the idea with the burning hands was to create a centralized fire that would eventually burn through the center of it and have
Which
it
you
collapse
did.
in on itself.
And I will say that, Brightwing is kind of like localizing fire as it spreads back towards the middle to kind of feed itself in this spot. So I'll say it takes probably about 20, 25 minutes. This is a big log, but eventually you guys see it and then break in the center, and the two parts of the tree slowly begin to float downriver.
huzzah!
Yay.
Worth.
Fuck me.
All right.
You two all right?
I'd hurt worse than my rear.
Sorry about the lightning, Edwin.
DM hides.
Flames. The side of my face. He just he looks at Brightwing for a moment, I think, and then takes another moment to process it.
Mm.
And if looks could kill, it would be a power word. But yeah, he's not real stoked about it. He's going to kind of just glare for only but a moment and then just sit down in the canoe and then get ready to keep fucking going.
Okay. Everybody else loading up?
Sit in the canoe. Give Brightwing a head pat.
Okay. All right. With the tree removed and the river unblocked and the big plant creature destroyed, you begin to row your way upriver again. And the rest of the day passes without much event. Again, night begins to fall.
Do we see at any point signs of the blight?
So when you were around the log, I mentioned it briefly. Whoever was like right up against the log in the center, you did see a bit of it on the like foliage that was hanging off the bottom of the log in the center of the river. Interestingly, since you asked, when you were over on the edge and you portaged your canoes over the part of the log that was kind of jammed into the side of the cliff on the little thin bank that you had, there were bits of foliage there on that part of the tree, and they were not blighted.
Hmm.
But you continue south?
Yes.
All right. Eventually, towards dusk, come out from the canyons and are back in kind of a lower bank area. Bit of trees here and there, but far enough south to have moved past that area. I will have Faye and Brightwing roll a perception check. That didn't sound good.
19.
Natural one.
Okay.
Let's say.
Oh, I
Oh!
regain an inspiration!
Yes, you do.
Like, how do I
Okay.
notice things? I have to soliloquize, so I could just say, like, you know,
I'll
Brightwing,
say-
sometimes it's okay to not be, like, good at the things that you're known for. And, like, we all have moments like that.
I would say for flavor, it's more like I would say Eclipse, you kind of see her peeking at Aodwin every once in a while, and or like that probably is distracting her.
The feathers get, like, a little poof.
Faye, you spot a area. There's kind of like a bit of ridge hill that's sort of up against the river, and it looks like it'll provide some cover at least from one side. Several trees around. Looks like a decent spot to set up camp. You pull over, set up camp. Same routine. Anybody have anything they want to do for the night?
I'm definitely going to separate myself from the group and just kind of do some sparring with myself, essentially.
Okay.
Just kind of let some of that out.
Okay.
It's very healthy anger management people out in the universe. Very healthy.
All right. Anybody? Anything else from anybody else? For rest?
I say Brightwing probably hangs at the riverbank. And I think probably maybe just Druid Crafts practices that, but like, I guess just makes different flowers and shapes and have them like floating down the river. It's like maybe like a lily pad here, or just like something else grow and just see it float down the river. Kind of like a little kid putting a boat in the river, letting it go. She's doing that, but with just plants.
Could I have, when I was cleaning myself off, saved one little piece of, like, yuck?
Ugh.
Sure.
And, like, I want to press it between a couple of, like, pages of something and, like, stash that. Just dry it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Blech.
Brightwing, roll a perception check.
17.
17. As you're kind of setting off these little bits of flora, you catch out of the corner of your eye, the eye that is on the upriver side, something moving, bobbing along on the water. And you glance over and see what looks like a tiny little toy sailboat kind of bobbing down the river.
Am I close enough to like use my staff to pull it in? Or
It's probably about 10 or 15 feet out. You would need to wade out if you wanted to get to it.
I will wade out.
Okay. You kind of time it to get about 15 feet out right when it's passing. You end up having to like paddle a bit to tread water for a second, but it kind of flows right up to you. You can able to catch it. It's
Yes.
It looks like not like a toy you would buy in a store, more like something that someone would have carved just because, with like a stick mast sticking up out of it and a little piece of cloth that was sort of working as a sail, sort of it was just the way the river was flowing.
I'll take it back to the bank. Can I see? But before I do that, can I look down the river and just see if there's anything down where it came from?
Yeah. With your perception check, you kind of look up river. It's pretty much dusk at this point, so there's a little bit of light left. You don't see any creatures, animals, anything moving.
I will take it back to camp and just curiously look at it. I don't know if like her people would do this sort of thing. So
I would imagine that the creatives in your culture would probably do stuff like this every now and again.
okay. So she just kind of inspects it, but also it kind of like in the back of her mind, like, this is probably a kid, so it's a little concerning that a kid's toy is on the route where we're going. But other than that, I don't know if she voices it to the group. Other than just having it in her lap. So if anyone else notices it.
Okay. All right. Who wants to take first watch?
Could I, while all that's happening, actually, I'm gonna go up to Eowyn while he's like beating a tree or something. And I'm
I
gonna
think
try to
he's
like,
fighting the air, but
well, whatever he's doing, and I just, thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem. Really. It's kind of what I do.
Yeah, I thought I was alright for a second, and it turns out I wasn't. Follow up. You're really good at being an asshole.
Yeah, typically.
You know that Brightwing would never do anything to hurt any of us on purpose. And I think that your reaction to what happened there really was inappropriate. And I think you owe her an apology for the way that you reacted to that.
Normally, yeah, I would agree. Right? Typically. But that is precisely the reason. And he stabs the sword into the ground at this point. What bothers me is the lack of control. That's it. If it were anybody else but me in there, I mean, we're not surrounded by the hardiest of folk. We were lucky that it was me. Because if it were you, I don't think you'd be singing the same tune. None of us would be.
I think your feelings are valid. I think it is valid and it is understandable to be frustrated. I think the way in which you conveyed your frustration was inappropriate.
Well, I still need a bit of time to figure that out.
That's okay,
Because
but
I'd rather not take my most reactionary response and instead let things settle down before doing anything else, which I think is probably a solid play. I'm not disagreeing with you, but time.
I just think that, we spend a lot of time together. All of us. The least we can do is be nice to each other. And I understand being frustrated, but there's a certain amount of calling each other on our bullshit and a certain amount of handling things with kid gloves because of the amount of time that we spend together. And you make those concessions about people because you care about them. It might frustrate you to hold back on things like that, but she is a lovely, wonderful, sensitive, insightful person, and that's going to eat her alive for a week if you don't address it and come at it and address it. Again, express your frustration by all means, but unless you come at it with her and have a conversation and a dialogue with her rationally, she's going to sit there and be really mad about it and really sad and really introspective of herself about it. And that's not fair. We need to support each other. And we need to build each other up and help each other learn from our mistakes and grow.
To reiterate, I don't disagree. But I needed time. Because had I not tried to take it, none of that would have possibly happened. I need my space as much as anyone else does. And while I understand that it was a mistake, it was still hers. And I think look, my intention is not to try and make things more complicated than they have to be. My plan is to deal with this in time. Likely relatively soon. I spent enough time out in these bloody woods. So that much should not be a concern. But I have to be allowed my space.
I understand. I think we just need to communicate with each other about things like that.
And we
Yeah.
will.
All right.
I'll be
Go
back soon.
to the... That's fine. I'm going back.
Yeah. You're muted, Matt.
Hello.
Have we gotten everybody now? I think that might be everybody.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyone doing anything back in camp?
Would acknowledge the boat. Just briefly. But I would just do a little bit more reading.
Oh, you didn't say anything, you just like see that she has a boat?
Like you'd see that I look and I see the boat in your hands and I know that you didn't walk away with it, so.
Is there any like markings on the boat? Like someone like carved like a name into it?
Roll a perception check or an investigation check.
Why investigation? 7.
You turn the boat around a bit, pull the mast out, which is sticking into a hole, it looks like. Don't see anything carved on it, just a pretty simply made, look like hand carved, tiny boat.
I guess after a second, I'll take out my dagger. And I'll go take it out. I'll also take my teapot out and my little cups out. Put the boat in, stitch it back together.
Okay.
And then I'll just make tea on the fire.
Eventually, all of you smell a lovely herbalish sort of scent floating up from the teapot on the fire, and then hear warbling of some birds as steam starts to come from the neck.
And I would say I'll grow some mint as well, and so I'll put 2 mint leaves in each cup. I only have 4 cups, right?
I do not remember.
Hold on, let me look in my pocket knife.
If you know what, if I said 4, which I don't know, we'll say there's 5.
I think you said 4.
It would be really lame if one person had to forego tea every time you did this. So we will say there's 5 cups.
Take
5
turns
cups.
skipping tea.
Yeah. Unless someone here doesn't like tea, but otherwise we'll say there's 5 cups.
It just says ladybug cups. So
I may not have specified, so we'll say that there's 5.
So 2 mint leaves, and then pour the hot water on, and then the tea on. So it has fresh mint leaf on top plus the tea, and I would say it's close to the medicine tea that we discovered, but it's not the same stuff. But it has like a mint undertone with kind of like a citrus taste to it as well.
You hand a cup to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Age, when are you back?
Yeah. I think I would probably at this point probably return back to the group.
Okay. There's a teacup full of tea waiting for you. Or maybe you're still holding it, Brightwing? Do you want to give it to him directly?
Ooh. I'll ask you this, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be, in my people, disrespectful not to give someone tea directly? Someone that you're a lower rank of? Or
I would not. No, I wouldn't say so. Typically,
Okay.
you might like lay some tea out and people come and get it. So.
Okay. So I think she would respect the space and probably just leave it next to his knapsack, wherever it was.
All right, there's a cup of steaming tea waiting for you then, Ageman.
Yeah, I will go ahead and pick that up and have me a few sips. And just
Okay.
kind of try and see if I can get Brightwing and just kind of cheers it up a bit.
I don't know if she would even. I think her perception, she would have that because her perception is really high.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, so she would see that. I don't know. I think she probably might be pointedly trying not to make eye contact with you at the moment too.
Regardless, it happens.
Yeah.
Take it as you will.
Okay.
Okay. Night winds down. Someone want to take first watch, or does anyone want to do anything else before we do?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Rest of you head to bed, and
Yeah.
Faye stays up for first watch. Faye, roll me a perception check.
19. Dang, I am rolling
19.
so good tonight.
Is
my
there
God,
anything
Matt.
you? Yes.
I just remember I could have been rolling all these perception checks at advantage because we're in nature.
Yes, you are very much in nature.
Freaking, I'm so upset with myself. Okay, sorry, continue.
Faye, is there anything you want to do over your watch? Besides staying things last time, tend the fire.
And just I can't be awake and not be doing something. So I'll probably take some of my charcoal and like a piece of paper and do like a very like not rudimentary because I received training in this, but very half-assed little like cartoonish sketch of the last thing I saw before that thing engulfed me. So just
Ugh.
like a perspective of like that swamp monster about to eat my face, and like Edwin's in the background going like, and Yaznip's like, and like
Okay.
just to keep myself busy.
Okay. Few hours pass without much. And then, once everyone is well into sleep, you hear a twig snap, maybe 30, 40 feet away from you, and a shuffling.
Where would we be? Would we be in a circle around the fire?
Yeah.
Like kind of just propped up? Okay, I will...
Yeah, your tents are up.
Okay. Oh, tent, that's right. Okay, how many tents do we have?
I believe you have 3.
Okay, so Brightwing and Eclipse are probably in one. And then the other 2 are each in their own.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go to their tent. Because it's the easiest and the more people to wake up at a time, you know? And I'm going to, like, prestidigitation, like a little, like, music notes of, like, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do.
Okay.
Um, like enough that
Decently
it would...
loud.
Like a bird call, like something like a bird call. That's that's Woody the Woodpecker. That's my interpretation of a bird call.
Yes, very
Yes.
true.
Into their tent, but loud enough and close enough to their ears that they might like bring
Yeah,
up a little bit.
I will say with the straight up alarm clock, they both wake up. And as you two wake up, you all hear, the 3 of you hear, a sound from the opposite direction, like thunking footsteps. Like, doof, doof, doof.
I'm gonna get Yaznip.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll rush
You
out
jump
of
out of that tent. All right, you head to Yaznip.
60 feet of dark vision. Do I see anything on the way?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay,
It's very dark. Dark vision helps, but you still don't see anything at the moment.
that's fine. I'm gonna like grab his shoulder and be like, "Stay quiet. I hear something."
Yaznip, you're awake. Brightwing and Eclipse, what are you doing?
I'm up and alert.
Would this technically be a short rest?
Yes, I
Cool.
would say that, including Faye, you all can have taken a short rest.
Impact.
Spells.
Get spell slots on a short rest?
Heck yeah.
Not you,
I
but
do.
No,
Brian,
that's
Brian.
why I said you get spell slots.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Warlocks, baby.
Warlocks, yo. I've only got 2 spell slots.
Yeah, you need them. That's valid. Go get Edwin as well.
Okay. You also make your way to Adwin's tent. As you reach Adwin's tent, you hear from both directions the thud that sounds like heavy footsteps pick up speed. And Eclipse and Brightwing, are you out of the tents? Brightwing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
sorry.
Okay. I would say that you see in the east direction a small shadowed form dart from like a bush to a tree in your direction. And you can't quite make out exactly what it is, but it is coming quickly your way, and you hear the sounds of those footsteps from the other direction. And that is where we will leave session 14.
Footsteps.
And pick up next time.
Oh my god!
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Is it next week? Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I believe so.
For our
Oh,
next
God.
episode of Fuckery.
I'm gonna be so fucked up that day.
What is that day?
That's right after my night reunited, which is gonna end at like 2:30 in the morning.
Nice.
You're
It's gonna
what?
be great.
yeah.
I'm gonna be driving
you'll have-
3 hours back home.
I was gonna say
As
you'll
well?
have the day to
Yeah.
sleep. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll have a decent amount of time.
It's
but,
not like Pokemon's out that day, Sean. It's not like some of us will spend the entire day going, God, I wish I was playing Pokemon right now.
yeah.
But it's okay. I'll play it after
Oh,
session.
boy.
It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
there you go.
I'm already prepared to.
Very well played, everybody. Favorite moments before we sign off.
I mean, my Legend of Zelda fucking leaping strike off the log was pretty neat.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I had the idea before Faye commanded the ungrapple to burning hands from the inside, which I think could have been rad as fuck.
Oh, that would
The
be cool.
problem is that I was restrained, blinded, grappled, and all this other shit. So I was like, "Hey Matt, what can I do?" And you were like, "Well, you can attack at disadvantage." And I'm like, "Okay, so there's no fucking way I can cast spells. There's just it's crazy." So yeah, it just kind of the command was clutch as hell. The lightning damage was a fucking joke, but it's turned into a thing now.
Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
So yeah.
don't challenge me on a joke.
Look, I'm taking notes. I'm making sure I won't make the same mistakes more than once, hopefully. So yeah, next time I'll tell you, in fact, implore you, beg you to use any alternative form of damage but lightning, no matter the
Don't get to
circumstance.
Sometimes
Fire
I
is
get to choose.
preferable.
Yeah, fire is
I mean, to
preferable.
be fair, I should have chose force, but then I was like, bro, pet, alright, fire, I'll use the lightning.
In the water.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was going to
Yeah,
take
no,
a lot
it
of
made-
extra
it was a
damage.
treat. It makes
But,
sense.
Like,
but
if the thing took
not
damage
bad.
and it didn't heal, I mean, it would have been a great move, really. I
Yeah.
mean,
So yeah, as soon as it
It
absorbed
looks
that,
cool as heck, though. you
Yeah.
know?
as soon as it absorbed
True.
that lightning damage, I was like, oh, it's one of these.
yeah.
Like there were like a couple of monsters that were in my head, and I was just hoping for like one of them, and it just turned out to be so much worse. so much worse. Oh, damn.
Some whiskey. I like whiskey.
Yeah, I think my favorite moment would have to be, I don't know, it's so funny because I never expected to reveal this information probably for a good hot sec, but y'all just pick the questions that are so specific that I can't dodge them. You're like, so is it like a specific bird? And I looked at Matt and I was like, there's no way I can't answer that. I was,
You could just say, "I'm not willing to talk about that at this time." Actually,
but, like,
thank you
I
for
feel
your
like
inquiry.
but like she doesn't lie. She's like lying. She doesn't like doing that sort of thing. And you were trying to have like an honest conversation. So I mean, she could have been like, I'm not really.
Well,
comfortable
I think
talking
it's one of
about
those
that.
things that's like when people ask like newlyweds, "So when are you having kids?" and they don't know that like they can't do that, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that
So,
vibe.
yeah.
My favorite moment, I believe, there was a few good ones, but despite the meminess of it at this point, the axe reload was
Yes.
excellent.
The
Yeah.
dagger reload was rad
That,
as
that
hell.
was going to be mine. Yeah.
Yep, that was
I feel
pretty
bad
good.
not using it, but yeah, it was
Oh, it's
noted.
okay. Now you have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was you getting your 3 back. That was.
Oh,
rad.
yeah, that was
needed
my
to happen.
Oh,
second.
that too.
I had
Yeah.
3. It was the axe reload, it was getting the daggers back, and y'all don't know how long he's been wanting to do that thing with Clayson. This
Oh, yeah.
entire trip,
Oh.
he's been like, I could do it. I could totally do it, but I can't. Like the entire time. So he had little.
I felt
personal
like
in
we
there.
should have been headphones off for that, but I was like,
It's
I'm
fine.
It
like,
felt like it, right?
You guys know.
Yeah.
You guys.
I
It's
didn't.
fine.
That's why I stepped.
I
away.
know
was like,
because
"This
you
is
told
bullshit."
me
Yeah.
things pre-stream
Yeah.
before I was a player here, but like,
We're
if
good.
not, I would not have known.
We're good.
Well, Faye
Brian,
still
we-
doesn't know.
Brian
Faye has
the
no
only one
idea.
that
Negative.
knows the reason and the story behind it. 'Cause-
That is true. No one else knows that except for me, because I was in a secret whisper.
yeah.
That was before I even came on
It was.
screen.
Yep.
I would say that mine was the girls keeping their cool on the dock, like on the side, and like still finding things to do that were helpful. And I know, like, especially with Eclipse being so combative, but still doing, like, making active, smart decisions that were helpful and beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
Because that your thing made me go, oh my god, he's in the water, he's taking a ton of damage. I can do that too, and like we can daisy chain, you know. So that was super cool. As someone who's played combat classes and been super frustrated at like having the nothing to do, I appreciated the innovation.
Lots of
Yeah.
teamwork. That was
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
was
It would have
tops.
been that fight would have been my favorite moment if it didn't suck so much for me as
Mm.
the DM how well you guys played it. Because if you had not reduced him, he was gonna potentially sink a canoe by jumping on it, and that caused all kinds of problems.
The 1/8
And then-
weight is
Yeah,
clutch.
him
That's
being
crazy.
reduced the whole fight made him less effective. And then the command ruined one of his
Was
engulf things.
was the command the one that failed because of the mind sliver, or was that something else? He failed
That was-
something because of the
failed.
mind sliver.
He did.
That was command.
That was the
Because
command.
he rolled
Yeah.
a 16
So
first.
there you go. That was even part of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, Age
'Cause it was the next
dishing out
saving
constant
throw.
damage. That thing had a lot of hit points, and you guys just whittled it down. no pun
Yaznip
intended.
like did not miss. Like did
I know.
not miss.
I don't think you rolled below 20 for most of that fight.
Yeah,
Gotta-
that was crazy.
Got that +8 though.
Yeah.
The dex. Bard's got a
Alright.
bard though. Like I was pretty happy with the last time we were in a combat like this. I feel I didn't have this spell list, and I feel much more versatile now. So that
Mhm.
has
Yeah,
given
I
me
do
a lot
too.
more like confidence in combat.
I
Yeah,
like it.
same. Like the Wild's Bolt, like I asked Matt, I was like, I don't really have a lot of long range spell attacks right now. So I just want something that I could use without using a spell slot one time just to do some damage
Is it a
for like
cantrip?
emergency things.
That's a feature?
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
feat.
feature.
What
That we
the
love.
part of
Whoa!
it.
fuck? Wow.
Is it a limited use?
Yeah, it's one use per long rest, but
Wow,
Okay,
it's
okay.
a long range
cool.
spell attack that can do that.
There I was
Well, that's-
thinking that you reskin Guiding Bolt. I was like, oh, that's sick.
That's
No,
what I thought too.
I could still get Guiding Bolt, but it was because you have to. The thing
All
is,
the
you
bolts.
that one
Mhm.
for clerics you have to pick your spells every day, so it's not guaranteed to pick a long range spell attack. But that one's a guaranteed
Not
long
your
range spell
cantrip
attack.
though.
Yeah, it's not a cantrip. So
Jess,
Yeah.
did you share a favorite moment already?
Yeah, it was Yaznip getting his 3.
Oh yeah,
Throw that
you
in.
were on board with that. Okay, well then, I will wrap us up there. Good game, good battles, and we will see you all in session 15.
15.
This was 14, right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow,
Alright.
look at us go.
Adios.
Bye bye.